Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on two wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, a teenage boy has a life-threatening infection.
I don't want to hurt you.
Essex Police tackle drunks on Southend seafront.
You just had a bit too much to drink, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had loads of it.
And a man's lost several pints of blood through a rectal tear.
So the bleeding this morning, what time did that start? All night.
Birmingham, mid-afternoon. In the busy city centre, the biker paramedics are waiting for a call. And it's not long before one comes in. On duty, Steve Harris. Steve's responding to a 999 on the other side of the city. A child's developed a serious infection following surgery. On his Yamaha FJR 1300, Steve can sprint across town faster than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. Infections left untreated can spread to the blood system, causing septicemia. Some types of septicemia have a death rate of 50%. It's a rapid killer. Sufferers can die within hours of first symptoms showing. And for every hour that passes, the mortality rate rises by 7%. It's vital Steve gets there fast. The 3.5-mile journey takes him just 5 minutes.
Found an ambulance? Okay, tell me what's happened.
Yeah, the appendix operation, right?
Yeah,
And,
how long ago?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And well, we had a hospital appointment this morning.
Yeah.
And it was a bit red since he's been back.
So he's been to the appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did he have a dressing on it?
They took it off after about.
Yeah.
They took it off?
Yeah.
Did they say everything was okay, was doing well? Was it hurting when you went to the hospital?
No.
And what's your name?
Hassan.
Hassan.
Yeah.
How old are you, Hassan?
14.
Okay.
Infections are a result of bacteria getting past the body's defences, often via open scars. Hassan's had keyhole surgery via the navel to avoid scars, and an abscess has formed. Under the skin, tissue is dying, leaving behind a hole which has filled with pus. Pus is a mixture of the white blood cells that are fighting the infection, dead tissue, and bacteria. Untreated, the abscess will grow bigger and bigger.
What happened with this? Were you just sat there and it started, or were
Yeah,
you?
I was lying down, I felt a bit itchy. I itched a bit, and then, not itchy, just round the corner.
Yeah.
And then I felt something, looked at it, and it's coming out.
Okay. I mean, you've obviously got an infection. Are you on any medications or tablets
Yeah,
at the moment?
yeah.
Are you on antibiotics?
Yeah.
You've got a temperature as well, haven't you?
A high temperature is a worrying sign. It shows Hassan's body is fighting a severe infection that may have spread further than the belly button. If it's spread to the blood, there's no time to waste. Steve must get him to hospital as quickly as possible.
I mean, obviously we want to pop him down and get it cleaned out properly. Yeah. Who'll be going with him? Mum? Okay. What we're going to do is, that's not hurting where I'm touching, is it?
A bit.
A little bit, all right. That's going to keep oozing for a little while. Just to confirm, ambulance will be required for this patient.
Every year in the UK, 17,000 people visit hospital because of skin abscesses. In critical cases, patients may end up in intensive care.
There's little I can do other than just keep it dry and clean until the ambulance gets here, okay? So when it started, you phone for the ambulance or did you wait?
Phone to hospital.
They told us to bring him in.
Yep.
because it was coming out really badly.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get up before.
Yeah.
So we decided to ring the ambulance up. Then.
Okay. Right.
You up there, mate, then?
Shall we get you up the children's? Was there a clean one in there? No? Okay.
We'll get you some in the ambulance as well, mate. So
Right, don't cover it up. There was a lot of pus coming out. It had obviously been seeping before my arrival, and even all the time I was here, there was a continual seepage there. It's one of those really where, you know, if you were to apply pressure as you would to a burst boil or something, then you're going to get a lot more out. But that's not for me to do. That's for the hospital to sort out. I mean, there's obviously an internal infection around the wound site. There's been a build-up. He's had basically like a type of abscess underneath the wound that's been building up over the last couple of weeks. And it gets to a point, as with a pimple or a boil, where the pressure inside is such that it just finds the weakest point and then bursts.
Birmingham, midday. Paramedic Mark Hayes is on duty.
Going to Aston. It's coming through as a burns. A fire person's reported.
It's the beginning of the rush hour, and traffic is building up on the routes out of town. Travelling at speeds of over 60 miles an hour, Mark reaches the scene in just over 4.5 minutes.
Hello.
The fire was out when we got here, but it was quite full of smoke, hence that's why we're clearing out now.
Okay.
90 years old, or 90 at Christmas. Yeah, she seems fine now, all history's clear.
Okay. Lovely, thank you very much. Hello. You all right? What's your first name?
Mary.
Mary, how are you feeling? All right.
Mark checks Mary's mouth and nostrils for signs of soot, as an indication of how much smoke she's inhaled.
Back on. How thick was the smoke? Black, you couldn't see? No. And how long were you in the smoke for?
5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes, okay. And apart from breathing in the smoke, you've not burnt yourself or anything at all? You've not injured yourself in any other way? Right. So, okay, you maintain...
In the UK, there are over 60,000 house fires every year, killing over 400 people. 80% of them die from smoke inhalation. It takes just a few breaths of smoke to cause unconsciousness. Smoke prevents the lungs from absorbing oxygen and may also contain toxins like carbon monoxide and cyanide.
Tell me, how old are you again?
I'm 89.
89. My life. Okay. Let's pop this round your shoulders. So it was a pan that caught fire?
Frying pan.
Frying pan. All right. What we're going to do is do a few checks on you. We've got an ambulance on the way.
Oh, I don't want to go now.
Right. All I want to do is, I mean, I can see there's soot on your face, there's soot up your nostrils.
Yeah.
What we do as a precaution is we go off to hospital anyway because it's...
I ain't going to hospital.
All right, well, I'll tell you what then, Mary. We just pop this off you and we'll leave your pulse oximeter on. Deep breath in. And again. And out. Lovely. Right, that's good. Do your blood pressure. You seem to be taking it in your stride. You're coping remarkably well.
It's more than the flat I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Okay.
It is decorated.
Well, the main thing's you're okay. Flat can be repaired, repainted, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, your health is more important. Yeah.
I'm all right.
Let's pop you that back on. Right, Mary. I know you're going to be stubborn, and I know you're going to put up a fight. When we take your oxygen off, your oxygen saturations drop. Yeah, to below a reasonable level, yeah? And I would suggest that's because of the smoke that you've inhaled.
As a result of the smoke, Mary's lungs aren't working efficiently.
The O2, with the oxygen on, our oxygen saturation is 99%. I took the O2 off just for a few minutes to see whether there was any altered level of O2 sats, and the sats actually dropped down to 94. Obviously, we can see that there's soot in the nasal passages. So obviously, this lady would need to be monitored at hospital because of that. Obviously, she doesn't want to go, and I think she's going to be trouble, aren't you? So I'll see whether I can work the fly mode charm, but I've got a feeling it's not going to work today. You need to go to hospital for a checkup. You're not, my love.
I ain't going to hospital.
Right. The figures tell me that you're not.
Well,
I know you feel. I know. I can't force you. All I can do is advise you. And I'm not in the habit of taking people to hospital when it's not needed. We've seen that your oxygen saturation drops when you're off oxygen, and that's the problem. When you inhale smoke, smoke's warm.
I can breathe.
Right. Let's do a deal, right? You see this reading? This is your oxygen saturation out of 100. That's good now. If you say you're okay, it'll stay up there, yeah? If I take this off and it drops below 96, that says that it's not okay. Will you go with me then?
No.
Trust me, yeah? Will you agree to come with me then if it drops? Oh, meet me halfway, Mary. Come on, meet me halfway. Take it off then, all right? Come on, meet me halfway. We'll just leave it for a couple of minutes. If that drops... I don't know what you're doing. This is a fix. What we're going to do is...
Mary might have escaped a trip to hospital, but Mark still wants her checked over in the ambulance.
Mary's 89 years young. She's a known hypertensive. Other than that, she tells me she's fit and well. I have found another problem. She's stubborn. Mary, will you do me a favour?
No, I'm not.
Just stay here a minute. No, that's fine. Just do me a favour. Just stay there a second. Do you mind if we go and have a look at your flat and we'll find out whether you're able to live in it as it is? Yeah? And then we'll pop that. If you just keep an eye on, we'll go and see what's... Are you all right for me to go and have a look at the state of your flat?
Just relax, chick.
She's adamant she's not going to go. She wants to go back to her flat. Are we saying that a flat's okay for her to go back into and live?
Yeah, all the smoke's clear, just needs to clear up in the kitchen, but it's clear to go up there.
Just this pan that's heated up. I mean, and there's no real damage to that, but what's happened is it gives off thick black smoke as it's burning. We can see from the walls and the ceiling there's been dark smoke. So, I mean, that's from the wall, and that's what she's inhaled. But we can see on every single surface there's a layer of soot. She's telling us that she's been in here for 5 to 10 minutes. So, you know, I can't force her, but I'm really unhappy about her not going.
Even after a small house fire, the soot and odours can linger for months.
How we doing, Mary? You pleased to see me?
No! Ain't calling for you again.
Oh, it's only because we care. Okay, should we go take a walk upstairs? You're right, watch you don't trip as you get down. I found somebody that's more stubborn than my wife. Mary's adamant she's not going to hospital. She's gone now back in her flat. There's nothing we can do. We've let Careline know, and they're going to try and get in touch with next of kin.
Southend-on-Sea, home to over 150,000 people and popular seafront attraction on the Essex coast. It's a typical British seaside resort, complete with the longest pleasure pier in the world. And it's home turf for Essex's only female biker cop, PC Lucy Watson. Lucy's beat takes in the town centre, where she keeps an eye on everything on the road. But today there's been a 999 call to the seafront. Kids are reported to be causing trouble on the Dodgems. When Lucy arrives, there are no kids in sight. False alarm. But before she leaves the scene, it appears there's someone else who may need her attention.
We've got a drunken man on the seafront. You go down there, he's on his own, laying on his bed. The water's coming a bit further up to him.
I'll go and have a look.
Yeah.
Right, okay, thank you.
just dealing with a concern for welfare on the seafront. Very drunk male. I'm just with him now. Hello, fella. How are you?
I'm Son.
You all right?
Yeah. Oh. You know, I'm from Newcastle.
From Newcastle?
Yeah.
Are you lost?
No, I'm walking down here.
You're a long way from home.
I fell down.
I can see that.
Am I doing anything wrong?
No, not at all. We just want to make sure you're all right. Where are you staying?
Raynham.
Raynham?
Yeah.
Okay, how did you get to Southend today?
Train.
Okay, and when were you planning on going home?
I'm not going home.
You're not?
No.
Okay, not home to Raynham?
I'm going there.
You're going home to Raynham?
Yeah.
Okay, when are you going home to Raynham? Whenever, okay. You've obviously had quite a lot to drink today, haven't you? Yeah? We're quite concerned about you.
Yeah.
A lady here just told me you were laying on the beach and the water was nearly up to your feet.
I know, what's that? I was watching that.
You're having a paddle, were you?
I'm sound.
Okay. Can I suggest you start making your way home?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know where the railway station is?
I'm going to go along there.
Yeah?
Up there.
Okay. Go on then, let me see that you can walk yourself safely home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You haven't got anything to apologise for, you've done nothing wrong. You just had a bit too much to drink, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, loads of us.
Okay, I want to see that you can walk yourself without falling over.
My wife has died. Right?
When did that happen?
Christmas time.
Right, that's not good, is it?
No.
Is that why you're drinking?
No.
Oh.
Can I go?
Yeah, I want you to go. I want you to start walking, see if you can keep walking. So I just want to make sure he's not going to fall over or cause any problems up here. Clearly very drunk. He's banged his head, but he seems to be making sense. He knows how he's getting home and where he's going. I just want to make sure that he can actually walk without falling over again.
Hey, I'm really
Tango 53. Can I have a name check, please?
What is that on your shoulder?
It's a parrot.
Is it a seabird? I'm just going over there.
P8.
I'm going to have a drink. Is that okay?
What?
Can I go?
Can you go?
Hello? Hello?
He won't answer back.
Hey, do you know what I'm doing? I'm representing the Geordie Nation. Okay?
Okay,
right?
thank you.
What do you think of me? Geordie Nation.
Sorry?
Geordie Nation.
Geordie Nation?
Yeah?
What's that?
Well, I'm representing them. Adios, amigo. Have
That means goodbye, doesn't it?
Yeah. I love you.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
You'll have to join the queue. There's lots of them.
You're lovely.
It's only the drink that makes you think that.
I'm going to be over there in a minute. I'm going to give you... the lips are going on you.
I think not.
Why?
Off you go home. Bye-bye.
Birmingham, early afternoon. Biker paramedic Steve Harris has had a call. It's to a gym just across the street. A woman's injured herself while exercising. With heavy lifting equipment and exercise machines, gyms have many potential dangers.
Hiya.
Hello.
Oh, I'm Steve.
Hiya, Steve.
What's your name?
Nina.
Nina. Tell me what happened first of all.
I was just crawling down and sort of lying on my back, twisting my legs to my left.
Yep.
And just got like a sharp shooting pain literally down the side of my leg. And
Right.
just can't straighten it now and it's really hurts.
You ever had a problem before?
No.
Normally fit and well? No meds, no tablets?
No.
Okay. And what was the exercise before you started your cool down?
Rowing.
Rowing. Okay. Right. I can see where you got your cold compress. Is that where the pain is?
Yeah, it's kind of in my leg and sort of around that area.
Okay, and how's it feel now? Now that you've sort of chilled a little bit?
I can lift it up and down like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can straighten him.
Okay, and as I'm pressing it, how's that?
It's a bit tender.
It's a bit tender.
The knee is the largest joint in the body. It's a complicated joint that has to deal with huge pressure and high impact, especially during sport. There are many ligaments and tendons which can be susceptible to tears, and the kneecap or the joint itself can dislocate under extreme force.
We need to try and straighten your leg at some point, you know, because you need to be mobile. You can't stop here forever. That's right, you know. So
Right.
I really don't want to hurt you.
I know you don't.
You know.
Maybe.
So we're all right.
Oh, that clicks.
I know it did.
Oh. Ow.
I felt that.
I think you may have just clicked it back into place though.
Eh?
I think you may have just clicked it back into place.
You should be able to move that leg. I'm not saying it's not going to be pain-free,
But now I can move it now.
gentle. That jumped.
So just
Well, it was under my fingers, I could feel it.
Yeah.
You know, you never had a problem with your knee before, right? I mean, I don't know whether you've got something in there that, you know, like a little bit of floating cartilage, which has sort of jammed the knee joint. As we've tried to straighten it, it's just popped back in. Over a little period now, I would hope that's going to steams and rest. I want to see you up on your feet. Right, put your weight on a good one. If you need a hand. Right, don't put any weight on it yet.
no, that feels much better.
If it starts to hurt, take the weight off.
It's much better.
All right. 2 steps forward. If you can't walk, I can't leave you. There was something that was jamming the knee joint. It could be that she's got a little piece of loose cartilage which had just moved and locked the joint. And as we've tried to straighten the leg, it's just clicked out and gone back into place. If she's got a problem with her knee now, then it may be over a period of time, if this happens again, she's going to need to see a GP. They may advise x-rays and possibly having a look at the knee joint, seeing what's causing it.
Birmingham, early Friday afternoon, and a call comes in to paramedic Mark Hayes.
We're going to a job just a couple of minutes away in Ladywood. 70-year-old gentleman in a tower block that is bleeding, and that's as much as we know.
The address he's been given is just a mile from the city centre. Mark's perfectly placed to hit the road in seconds and slip through the daytime traffic. He's on scene within 3 minutes.
Hello. You all right?
Yeah, for my granddad.
Yes. Okay. So, your granddad's not well then?
No,
he's bleeding?
Bleeding everywhere.
Lots?
Lots, yeah.
Right, okay.
He's just lying there on the floor.
How long's he been there?
Since 6 o'clock.
This morning?
Yes, this morning, yeah.
But
We knew something wasn't up because he usually rings me in the morning. And we rang him, we rang the house phone, we rang the mobile, there's no answer.
Who's up there with him?
My mum.
Your mum, okay.
The man's been lying on the floor in his flat for over 6 hours.
Oh dear. Hello down there. What's your name? Tony. All right.
It's immediately clear that Tony's passed a lot of blood and blood clots during the night. His daughter-in-law fills Mark in.
He had a camera up the back passage, camera down the stomach, and they found polyps. They cut them off.
Yeah. Yesterday?
Yeah, 5 o'clock yesterday.
Polyps are fleshy growths that can develop all over the body, in the colon, stomach, or even the nose.
How old are you, Tony? 77. So I just want to cover the blood up to nail down. Okay. Is it running freely from you, Tony? Just gushes? Okay. Just most importantly, I want to check on your blood pressure before we do anything. All right. Have you got any pain at all? Yeah, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain ever, the pain that you've got at the moment, what score would you give it?
About 6.
About 6. You've got a bit of a bruise on your face. Have you...
I clapped this morning.
Right.
Blacked out and I ate this.
Right. So you've got a bit of pain in your tummy at the moment.
Yeah.
And did you go in as a day case?
Yeah.
Whilst you're lying there, your blood pressure's quite good. Yeah? I'm sure if we sit you up, you're going to go dizzy and you're going to lose a lot more blood. So what I want to do, Tony, is I want to pop a needle into you. Do you suffer with anything else normally?
I've had bowel cancer.
Bowel cancer, how long ago was that?
6 years this June.
What happened, what treatment, and did they give you the all clear, or are you still receiving treatment?
They give me the all clear.
So the bleeding this morning, what time did that start?
Been on all night.
All night? Okay.
Mark, just to make you aware, he's on warfarin.
Okay. This gentleman's obviously got a severe hemorrhage. Attended hospital for a day case yesterday. Gentleman's come home and started bleeding. He's gone to get out of bed, he's collapsed. He's hit himself on the side of the bedside cabinet. But as we can see, there's blood absolutely everywhere. So we need to get him out of here, preferably keeping him as flat as possible. Because as we sit him up, if we force any clots out, then that's going to make him bleed again. And we've got an added complication of the gentleman's on warfarin, an anticoagulant, thins the blood. So he's going to bleed a lot more severe than you or I would. Sharp scratch, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're done. Well done. We'll have you off the floor in a second.
Once Mark's got a line into Tony's arm, he can give him fluid to increase his blood volume, which will keep his blood pressure up.
Keep nice and still, just a second. All right, I think we need to start getting a move on. Lift your head up for me. Okay, 3, 2, 1, ready to go. The tricky thing is getting you out now. All right. Okay,
right.
Tone. Good man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well done.
Straighten your legs, Tone.
As much as you can.
That's it. And what we're going to do is just lie you back now. All right. Okay, over we go.
Before they leave the flat, Mark needs to estimate how much blood Tony's lost to tell the doctors at the hospital.
I reckon there's probably 100 mil or so where he lies. What do we reckon there? 5? So we're looking about 600 odd mil blood loss. Okay.
A healthy man has about 5 litres of blood. Tony's lost more than 10% of his. If he'd not been found and had carried on bleeding so severely, it could have been fatal.
Yep.
Losing 40% of blood volume means the heart's unable to beat properly, leading quickly to coma and ultimately death.
These type of jobs, we call them training school jobs because when I was at training school, you can guarantee the instructor would give you the trickiest scenario going. You know, this chap lives in a block of flats. He's stuck between the wardrobe and the side of the bed. We don't really want him walking. We don't want him standing up. So we had to move some of the furniture around, and between us, we managed to get him nice and flat and get him down to the vehicle. Yeah. I'm going to travel with him, then we can just roll the scoop. All right. Pop you in the front, if we can. All right, if you just sit in the front for us. Right, we're going to be travelling then, Gav, all right? Yeah.
Sharp scratch, checking your sugar level.
Because the gentleman's quite cold to touch, there's a severe blood loss. He's been on the floor since at least 6 o'clock this morning. We've alerted the hospital. Obviously, he needs to receive treatment straight away. We're literally 3-4 minutes from the hospital, so we should be there any minute now. Yeah. Just relax your head back, just nice and still, and we'll get you in there. I'll go through and hand over if that's all right. Okay. This chap's got a few things to be thankful for. One's family, that they've come round to check that he's okay. 2, these tower blocks in winter can be pretty cold places. He'd been on the floor for probably, 7 hours. Had it been winter, no heating, he got no sheets on him. You know, hypothermia could have got him. It's hard to say, you know, how much longer would he been able to hold out whilst he's on the floor. Because I think the fact that he was so still, you know, the blood managed to build up, form a clot, and if you like, that acts as a plug and stop the hemorrhage. So he's been a very, very lucky man.
In Essex, police are clamping down on people driving without insurance. UK police seize over 1,500 vehicles every week. Scouring the Essex roads today, PC Steve Clements. Back at base, his colleagues are monitoring ANPR cameras, automatic number plate recognition. They'll radio through details of any vehicle that is flagged as having no insurance. Clem's got a target.
Sir. Stand over here so we don't get run over. First, got to caution you, do have to say anything that may harm the defence. If you do make any questions, something you later line in court, you just get rid of this, okay? I'd like to ask you, do you have any insurance for the vehicle? And how long ago did you get it?
2 years ago.
How many?
2 years.
What, the insurance?
Yeah.
Okay, they only last 1 year.
For 2 years.
They only last 12 months.
Sorry?
They only last 12 months.
Yeah, I got it 2 years ago.
What, your insurance?
It's renewed.
What?
And it's renewed again.
Give me your ID at all. Credit card, debit card, what your name on? Right, so you've owned the car for 2 years, yeah?
Yeah.
And you renewed your insurance in December last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the policy? And what's your first name? What's the P stand for?
Prince.
Prince. I'm going to phone a company called the Motor Insurance Bureau. I don't know if you want to turn your engine off, save a bit of fuel. Okay, while I do those checks. No, it'll be a little while. It's an Audi A3. He said he insured it on the 8th of December last year. Okay then, I'll ask him if he owns that one as well. I'll do a check on it first, find if he owns it both, and then I'll give him the bad news. Do you own any other cars? Do you own any other vehicles? No? Yeah, that's what the MIB just gave me. It's a Vauxhall Astra. He's insured on the Vauxhall Astra. He changed the vehicle in December last year from this Audi. Don't own a Vauxhall Astra then?
Huh?
A Vauxhall Astra. Still a Vauxhall Astra in December. Yeah.
I've never driven a Vauxhall.
Because that policy was changed from that one to another vehicle in December last year.
No, I was thinking of getting a Vauxhall Astra.
Yes.
Told him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting a Vauxhall. How much will be the insurance?
No, you gave them the index and you changed it and signed a policy.
No.
This vehicle's not insured.
That's funny. I paid 230-something pounds on this vehicle.
Yeah.
And they're telling me I'm not insured.
No, because it was transferred to another vehicle in December last year. Could you have a look at that and see if there's two policies on there? Because he says he doesn't own that vehicle. He's saying he only phoned up and asked for a quote on the Astra, not to change it. Yeah. Yeah. So what they're saying though is he is uninsured at this time though. Because they've sent him the policy and he's not questioned it. Right, okay. All right, Michelle. All right, cheers then.
While Clem's on the phone to the Motor Insurance Bureau, the driver's making his own call to the insurance company.
Basically, they're saying you are uninsured. You have to make a complaint and then investigate it. But as far as they're concerned, they sent you a policy with the details of the Astra on it for insurance, and you accepted it. Okay, so you chat on them, but the vehicle's going to be seized today for no insurance. Okay.
Uninsured drivers cost other drivers over £500 million a year in extra premiums. Enough money to buy 25,000 police motorcycles.
Are you renewing insurance now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it now.
If they ask you if you've got any endorsements, you've got to tell them you've got 6 points. Okay, and you have to tell them that because that's what you're getting.
The thing is, the car is insured now.
Hang on.
Insured. You know,
let me
it
finish.
wasn't my fault. I always.
Hang on. Let me finish this.
Yeah.
At the time you were stopped, yeah, you were not insured. All right. So on this one,
there should be some consideration somewhere here. It's not my fault.
You're uninsured. It is your fault.
How is it my fault?
I'll explain it to you. Okay, I will explain it to you.
We've spoken to the insurance company. You can actually speak to them now.
Yeah.
And you heard me speaking to them.
Yeah, I've spoken to them.
It's not like I wasn't insured at all.
You weren't insured.
There was a Mr. Sunday somewhere, so there should be some consideration somewhere.
No, you're not insured.
I know I'm not insured on this car.
Yes.
But I'm insured on somebody's car, which the car is being owned by somebody. So there should be some consideration somewhere. Come on.
If you'd had an accident,
Okay.
with somebody, the other person has to pay out because you're not insured. You haven't got third-party insurance. Okay, that's the minimum you're required to have in the UK.
Yeah.
And you haven't got any.
I know I'm insured. I've been paying 230 something pounds on this car for nothing.
Okay.
For the past 2 months. Right. So at least there should be some consideration somewhere. It's not my fault that I wasn't insured. It's not my fault.
Why isn't it your fault though? You're not insured.
Because you know I paid. I paid for.
Okay, so you paid insurance.
I'm doing the right
and
thing
then
here.
They contacted you by sending you paperwork, didn't they? They sent you your policy in the post.
Exactly, because it was agreed on the phone.
Okay, and when you got the policy, you opened it and you read it all.
I did not read it. It's my fault. I didn't check.
Right, so it was your fault then.
There should be some consideration here.
Sign just says confirm your details. Okay. So you're going to need to produce your driving licence for me at Grays Police Station within the next 7 days. Okay. This is a £200 fine and 6 points on your licence for driving whilst uninsured.
£200?
Yes.
£200?
Yep. Now, if you work out what you've been saying, you've not allowed me to talk to you.
Okay,
You've not allowed me to do my paperwork.
to me.
So how can I make any decisions to any consideration?
I'm disturbed.
Okay? I'm trying to do this part of it. Yeah? Well, yeah, you haven't allowed me, have you? You wait there.
Clem rings the insurance company himself. Meanwhile, the recovery trucks arrive to take the man's car away. But on this occasion, Clem might not have anything for them.
I'm waiting for the phone call back. If they're insured, then I'll aim to take it.
They're good at taking. When it comes to giving, they don't give.
Right, okay. Okay, so they're happy. All right, I'm not going to seize the vehicle, although he has been dealt with for the no insurance. Okay, cheers then. You're not taking your car today, all right? And they're happy that you're insured, okay? So 7 days to produce your driving licence, yeah? And 28 days to pay your fine. You've got to be careful with them sometimes that if they do a credit card payment over the phone, is the payment accepted and stuff like that, because you've still got, even with a credit card payment or a debit card, you've still got 5 days before it's actually legal. He had technically not insured because he was insured on another vehicle. He'd been paying each month. They confirmed he'd paid each month, but for another vehicle. So it wasn't a case of I didn't believe he wouldn't pay it. I believe he has paid that and he will continue to pay it, so I'm happy that he will remain as insured. The other times that possibilities is if somebody didn't have any insurance at all, they could make a payment over the phone, drive around the corner and cancel it, or empty that account so there's no money in it, and then they don't pay out anything at all. But he can now go back to the insurance company. They've said to him he can go through a complaints procedure, and they will look into the fact that they may reimburse him for the other vehicle. They don't have to. They're not legally bound to. He was his responsibility to check his policy, and he didn't.
The driver says he's going to contest the case. Late afternoon, Birmingham. Paramedic Mark Hayes is receiving a call from control.
Yeah, received, thank you. We've got a platform. No worries, thank you. We're off to Birmingham Moor Street Railway Station. Not sure what we're going to though.
The Transport Police have asked for a paramedic to come to one of the city's main railway stations, Birmingham Moor Street. It's less than 2 miles away on the other side of the centre, and Mark covers the distance in less than 3 minutes. When Mark arrives, the police are already on scene.
Hello there, you're all right. How you doing? It's young fella. He had an accident last year where the boy, I think, cracked his skull or something. He had it bang to the head 2 days ago. Wednesday night, yeah. He's been complaining of headaches, blacked out. Found himself in London this morning. Woken up. Doesn't know how he got there. This morning he's been complaining of headaches, seeing stars, that kind of stuff. Did you say diabetic as well? Yeah, he's diabetic as well. Okay.
So have you actually blacked out today?
Yeah, I woke up this morning and just sitting down on the pavement outside Baker Street Station Road just after 6.
Do you remember going down to London?
No.
So what's the last thing you remember about yesterday?
I don't know.
You don't remember anything about yesterday at all?
The last thing I remember before that was going home after bagging here.
And that, when was that exact?
Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. It must have been about 6.
And where were you when you banged your head?
Just about 50 metres from my home.
Where'd you live?
Churchill, Redditch.
Shop Scratch. Do you normally get a bit confused?
No, not really.
Not really. Other than the headache, have you got any other pain at all?
No, not really.
When was the last time you had your insulin?
I think Wednesday.
What day is it today?
It's Thursday. Or sorry, Friday.
Friday. And where are you at the moment?
Moore Street.
Moore Street.
I'm all right now, just a bit of a slight headache now.
And have you taken anything for the pain?
No, not really.
Okay, right. Hello, how you doing? You're right. We'll carry on doing some checks on the back of the ambulance. We just have a walk with my colleagues and, all right.
Yeah.
While the man goes on to the ambulance for more checks, his story has left Mark baffled.
I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. He's woken up outside Baker Street train station in London this morning. He can't remember anything at all about yesterday. He's a known diabetic. He suffered a minor head injury by the sounds of it on Wednesday. He's not been taking his meds and his blood sugar's high. He's hyperglycemic at the moment. So we're just going to do some more checks. Okie dokie. What's your blood sugar normally?
Usually about 8 to 9.
8, okay. So on our monitors, when they come, it's above 30, so your blood sugar's very high. But if you've not taken...
Since Wednesday, yeah.
I mean, obviously you need to go to hospital, you need fluids, you need insulin. So we're going to pop a needle in, put some fluids up.
No.
All right?
Yeah.
Because your blood sugar's so high. Since your previous head injury, have you had any problems with memory?
No, not really.
Not that you'd remember.
No.
But, you know, has anybody told you that, you know, you seem forgetful or...
No.
So this gentleman's got high blood sugar, hyperglycemia. Now, that's not going to cause his memory loss. What's more than likely, it's the fact that he's had the memory loss that's caused the hyperglycemia because he's forgot to take his medications. Now, to have no recollection of what you're doing or what you've done in the last 24 hours and to find yourself waking up outside a train station, you know, he could have been mugged. He could have walked off the edge of a platform, could have walked in front of a car. There's so much that could have happened. You know, you just don't know. And he's never going to know, is he? He's lost 24 hours.
Hassan was admitted to hospital. His infection was a lot more serious than expected and had spread to his blood. He's still in hospital, but making good progress. Steve got there just in time. Mary recovered well from the house fire, but it took her several days to clean away all the soot. Nina's knee gave her no further problems, and she's now going to the gym regularly again.
All right.
Tony's rectal bleeding stopped while in hospital. He needed 2 blood transfusions, but made a good recovery. Didn't need surgery, and is now back at home.
Score would you give it?
And the man who'd lost his memory was treated in hospital for his hyperglycemia and has had no further problems, but still has no recollection of how he came to be in London. Next time on Emergency Bikers, Mark's called to police custody.
How are you feeling at the moment?
Police in Essex have a fight on their hands. And Steve has a shiny new toy.
No, you can't. Get your hands off it.
Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on 2 wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, paramedics are called to an epileptic man in trouble. Police stalk bikers doing over 100 miles an hour. And there's a battle to save a man whose heart has stopped.
OK, team, thank you very much. You can step back.
Birmingham, Britain's second city, home to over 1 million people. The emergency medical needs of the city are handled by the West Midlands Ambulance Service. And on the front line are 2 paramedic bikers, Mark Hayes and Steve Harris.
It's a 7 o'clock start. I'm sure Mark will laugh, but I'm usually here early. I'm usually here before 7.
He goes into hibernation pre 7 o'clock start. This is his little chair, he's got his heater. Obviously come 7 o'clock he's already ready, he's kitted up and he's awake and he's like a cold spring. It's as if he's 21 again.
Working grueling 12-hour shifts, they can face anything from epileptic seizures to stabbings. This morning, Mark Hayes is on duty.
Got reports of an RTC, bus versus pedestrian.
This could be serious. Mark can sprint across town on his Yamaha FJR 1300, faster than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. Mark arrives just 4 minutes after receiving the 999 call. He's the first emergency service on scene, and he takes charge.
Hello there.
She was hit head-on by a bus.
Okay.
Are you sure it didn't go over her?
The wheels didn't.
Well, unless the bus is reversed.
No, the wheels didn't go over. I watched the whole thing.
Be nice and still. What's your name? Nagina. Okay. Where's your pain at the moment? Yeah.
My head.
On your head. Yeah, I can feel there's a nice big lump there. Can you do me a favour? Are you all right?
It seems that Nagina was hit as she crossed the road and was dragged under the bus.
Right, I'm going to need to do some checks on you. I don't want you moving at all. All right.
Mark has to act fast and needs all the help he can get.
Do you want to grab some gloves out of my pouch on my belt? Pop some gloves on. Again, what I want you to do is keep nice and still. This young lady's going to come and hold your head for me. Okay, if you come round and just hold the head for me. I want you to pop a hand either side and keep nice and still. Don't want the head to move at all. What I need to do is I need to assess you properly. All right. I can't have you move at all. I need to cut your jacket so I can get to your arm. I need to have a listen to your chest and have a look at your top to toe. All right.
If Nagina has injured her spine, Mark has to keep her perfectly still. Any movement could result in permanent paralysis.
How old did you say you were, Nagina? 18. All right. Where do you live? Say again, sorry?
Nagina's not responsive, and she's shaking due to the shock. Mark's concerned she may have a serious brain injury. Fellow paramedic Steve has arrived as backup.
Nice and still. We're going to pop this collar on. It's to stop you moving. It's really uncomfortable. All right. Don't move. Don't move.
The collar will support Nagina's neck.
Keep still. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, it's good enough. Thank you. Okay. Nice and still. We're just going to get your blood pressure. That's cool.
If you've got to do your checks, I'm fine.
No, that's fine. What I want to do is check you from top to bottom now. All right. I need you to tell me if you've got any pain. Can you remember what day it is yet? No. Okay. Just going to have a little press here. Can you tell me if you've got any pain?
Shoulder,
Just in the shoulder. Any pain here? No? Okay. Any pain down the centre here? No? What I'm going to do is have a little feel of your tummy. Any pain in your tummy? Nothing at all? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have a little look at your legs now. That hurt there? I'm just going to take your boot off, all right? Keep still, don't pull.
Nagina's complaining of pain in her thigh.
Take your sock off.
She may have broken her thigh bone or femur.
Because you've got pain in your left femur region, yeah, what I need to do is I need to examine your leg. I'm going to keep you as decent as I can. I'm going to cut your trousers up to as if it was short length, just so I can see your femur. All right, so keep still for me. Keep still, don't move. Okay, yeah, you're going to abrasion. Can you pop your leg out straight for me? Are you able to straighten it? Okay. How about this one? Can you pop it out straight? Well done. Well done. Right, the ambulance is here. What we're going to do now is we're going to get you off the floor, yeah? What I need you to do is keep nice and still. We're going to move you. We're going to do absolutely everything for you. All right. So open your eye for me. Look at me. Can you open your left eye at all? No? All right. Will you take over the head for me and give this lady a break? Yes. She's been very, very helpful. I do appreciate your help. Regina, what we're going to do now is we're going to get you off the floor. You need to keep nice and still. All right.
On slide, ready, steady, slide, and stop.
Okay. Are we clear? If you point your toes up towards the sky for me. Marvellous, we'll do that.
Ready, steady, slide.
Hold it there. Okay, can you straighten your legs for me, Regina? Okay. And the straps. Just going to go tight.
Mark's done a preliminary check for life-threatening injuries.
1, 2, 3.
But the team need to get Nagina to hospital to be checked over properly. Such a huge impact could easily have left her with serious internal injuries, from ruptured organs to hemorrhages.
All right. You've been hit by a bus. The bus has actually stopped inches from her legs, so during the accident she sustained a head injury, facial injury. She was unconscious, so we're told, for about 2 minutes following the accident. On arrival, she's confused, she's repetitive, keeps asking what's happened. We've explained and she continues to ask the same questions. Other than the head injury, everything else seems to be okay, but obviously we're concerned about the head.
Essex, 1,400 square miles, home to nearly 1.5 million people. It has one of the busiest road networks in the UK, with several main arteries carrying traffic in and out of London. Policing of these roads is spearheaded by the 10-man biker squad. In 2010, the Essex statistics for motorcyclists killed or seriously injured, also known as KSI, was 204. That's 4 every week. Essex police are doing all they can to reduce these figures. Most fatal accidents happen at the weekend, so it's the best time to get out and catch bad riders and spread the word about safer biking. On patrol today, Steve Stomp Allen. It's early Sunday morning at the Biker Cop HQ. Stomp and his colleague Mick Wills are preparing to hit the roads. Instead of his usual bike, today Stomp's going undercover on the fastest bike in the garage, the BMW K1200S. It's been customized with hidden lights and siren, and it's equipped with a discreet camera to capture all the action out on the road. It's capable of over 170 miles an hour. Stomp shouldn't need to take it up to top speed, but he knows exactly what sort of biking he's likely to be up against today.
You get a certain minority that really want to ride the bike like so on a racetrack. You get quite a few accidents where motorcyclists come into a bend, don't know how to read it and end up in a field and injure themselves, or you even get wheelies, all sorts of bad behaviour, what you'd expect to see on a racetrack, and that's what we're trying to sort of slow them down so they don't have the accidents with these things. I'm going to go out to begin with. Mick will be following at a discreet distance. I will follow them and video them. If they require stopping, I'll call Mick on the radio. He will come up and assist to stop the vehicle because he's got the marked bike.
Stalking the roads around Chelmsford, it's not long before Stomp gets his first customers. Up ahead, approaching the brow of the hill, is a group of 5 motorbikes gunning it along the A road at speeds of over 100 miles an hour. Even on the undercover bike, Stomp's flat out trying to catch up with them. He's a highly trained rider, and he's nudging 140, trying to keep them in his sights. As the group come to a roundabout, Stomp pulls up behind. The speeding bikers have no idea that the new rider is actually an undercover cop, until Stomp lets the back marker know in no uncertain terms. But Stomp wants to stop the whole group. He's not letting the front two get away. By the next roundabout, he's lost sight of them, but he knows the bikers' favourite routes and knows exactly which way they're heading. The leaders seem to realise there's something up. Their speeds drop to 60, but Stomp's got the rest of their ride on camera. Their fun's over for today. Stomp's pulling them in.
$140 down the middle of 2 rows of cars.
2 rows too?
Yeah. Well, just wait for your mates to come round and we'll sort you all out what we're going to do with you.
Moment of stupidity, isn't it? You know.
All right. Is that Beth?
Old enough to know better.
Well, that's one way of putting it. I want you to listen carefully to what I'm going to say, okay? What we've just seen and witnessed there is totally unacceptable on the road, okay? You've got families out there in the car going about their business on a Sunday, and you don't know who you're overtaking. You may be the best motorcyclist in the world, you may be the best machine in the world, but you cannot account for what they're going to do, can you? At that speed down the middle, I had this thing up to near 140 at one stage, just trying to keep up with you. It only needs one of them to attempt an overtake, and you haven't even got time to react before you hit it. And you're spread a long way down the road. We want you to go out there and have fun. We want you to enjoy your motorcycle. We don't want you to kill yourself. And that's what's going to happen if you ride like that eventually. So what I'm going to actually do is report you both for the consideration of the question of prosecution for the offence of careless driving. You don't have to say anything but my harmony defence if you do not mention when question something which later on in court, and if you do so may be given in evidence. That said, what I'm going to now do is offer you the chance to take a ride scheme. Basically what it is, a 2-day course, you pay for it out of your own pocket, so you're not going to get fined, but you're going to have to pay for the course in the region of £200. Okay? You attend that, and we don't take any further action. Yeah, I've got it on video.
No, we understand.
Okay, and I'm sure the magistrates would love to see that if you don't attend the ride course. And I don't think you'd be talking to £200 in all honesty. But go along and learn, please. Okay? We all ride bikes, we know what it's like. If you want to ride like that, the track's the place, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay then, gents.
The bikers know how lucky they've been.
It's very fair of you to deal with it like that. I realise I could have lost my licence there, so...
You can do, but we'd rather you do that and lose your life, and that's what...
I do really appreciate what you've done.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I'm a motorcycle myself.
I will slow myself down. That was a one-off. We don't do that all the time. We've been out all morning. We've had a fantastic ride, and it's a shame to spoil it.
Yeah, you have. That's
the ride course is a national scheme only available to a rider once in any 3-year period. If the rider reoffends anywhere in the country, it will be straight to court. The scheme is proven to be more effective than points and fines.
That is exactly what we're trying to stop, and what our job's about. They are middle-aged gentlemen. They're very, very nice and very pleasant. They were chatty, very thankful because we reported them going the ride scheme. But they are the highest group of KSIs where it comes to motorcyclists, gents in their sort of late 30s, early 40s.
Gentlemen that age wouldn't drive the cars in that manner, generally. You wouldn't get 5 people out. You might get 5 boy racers out, racing around the town, doing the silly stuff that you do when you're young. But then they're beyond all that, but they're still doing it on bikes, Don't very often get middle-aged women doing that, do you? It's part of our makeup.
Extension to their sexuality, as I think has been described before.
Do you need one then?
I know you do, but I don't. We are human, we've got flexibility, we've got a discretion, and this is what we used in this case. And it is not just a case of prosecute everyone like people think we do. It is education, and if we could educate everyone, great.
Birmingham, mid-morning. The city centre is getting busy and the streets are filling with shoppers. Paramedic Steve Harris is on duty. Steve's been told a man is having a seizure just a few hundred yards away. When Steve finds the man, he's already on his feet and walking away.
Hiya, chap. All right. All right. Yeah, I'll turn that off. I know, people were worried, so they've come and asked me and told me about you.
Yeah, all right, Mum.
How are you?
All right, Dave.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Not too bad.
Right, let's just jump off this. And you're obviously with our fella? Here his mum. How often do you have your fits?
Every month or two.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
right.
a paramedic, isn't he, at the moment?
Okay. I can see you'd got up and you were on your way. And I'll have a quick word with your mum as soon as she's finished.
Yeah.
All right. He tells me he's epileptic.
Yeah.
Does he have them regular?
He has been, because he hasn't been taking his tablets on the clock time.
Right. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to get out of the hospital? No? But you've got to take your tablets, haven't you, mate?
Yeah.
You know what they're for.
Well, I took them this morning.
Yeah. But you have to take them every day. You've got to keep taking them regular.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Not a problem. Okay then.
Right, thanks for your help.
There's nothing we can do then if you don't want to help. All right. All the best. I'll see you around.
Cheers.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks for your help.
Bye-bye. The nature of epilepsy, once they've had the fit, most of them don't want to go to hospital.
But just as Steve starts to tell us what's happening, the man collapses again. Mark's arrived as backup and gets to him first.
Stay there, Will.
It's all right.
Johnny, you love your blood.
Just going to have to go in. Okay. All right.
All right, mate.
All right. Hello there. We're talking again. That's your third one.
Epileptic fits can take many forms, including shouting and kicking out.
212, can you put me back on this case?
Once the fit has ended, the sufferer is often left disorientated.
So, ambulance will be required, over. How you doing? Hello there. Can I pop this on your finger, William? Does he just eat or?
Yeah.
He just had something to eat?
Yeah.
Apart from his epilepsy, does he suffer with anything else? No other?
Schizophrenia.
Yeah. Okay. Right, well, that's all looking good.
He had an acid on him on yesterday, and he was sort of disorientated, and he was on about things that wasn't there, saying he's got to get to his mum's, and he was in my house.
Right.
And I think that was the schizophrenic paranoia.
Yeah.
Saying somebody was after him, and there was nobody there.
You hurting anywhere, William? Can I do your blood pressure? You used to all this, are you? Right, we're just waiting for an ambulance, Will. All right. And we'll pop you down to hospital.
Coming with us, Mum?
Yes, I'm coming with you.
Yeah, you ain't going to take you anywhere without your mum, are we?
You don't think I'm going to leave you on your own? I'm your mum.
Hello there.
Right. Get you on the back of our ambulance then. Get you off the street. Gently. You alright? How are you feeling now then?
Alright.
Feel like you can have another one? Do you know when you're going to have them? You do?
He's had 3 last week
And 3 today.
and 3 today.
Right.
It could have been more. Because we weren't there with him all the time.
You alright, matey? Alright, just relax.
He does lash out, so just be aware. That's
Anti-epilepsy drugs are usually effective in preventing seizures, but they have to be taken regularly.
That's exactly what I witnessed on the street. Okay.
If doses are missed, seizures can begin within hours, and the withdrawal symptoms from the medication can make the seizures more frequent and worse than before. And they may not stop until the sufferer gets hospital treatment.
Is that a bit better? Okay. Okay.
Okay, come on.
That's William.
It's all right, Will. Come on, Will.
Just sit still for me.
That's a good lad.
That's it, just lie down.
That's it.
Lie down.
Nice,
right.
nice and calm. All right.
You all right, Will?
Calm down, Will.
Our patient has had another couple of epileptic episodes, so we're obviously taking him to hospital to check up. Because they're coming fairly frequently at the moment, we're obviously concerned with him falling off the stretcher. So I'm travelling in the ambulance mainly just to keep him safe, make sure that he's going to be all okay.
Dealing with seizures is difficult for the paramedics because there's not much they can do to help.
The main thing to do is to try and pop them into a recovery position where you roll them over onto the side. Just keep them safe, let the fit run through its natural course. There's nothing you can do to stop it. All you can do is try to look after the general welfare of the patient.
Severity of epilepsy varies from patient to patient, but in serious cases like this, treatment is essential.
In this particular instance, the convulsions were coming with more frequent. Eventually, if there's nothing done, if you just leave him on his own or he refuses to go to hospital, the worst scenario is that they will start to convulse and they will not come out of that convulsion. Part of the convulsion is that they lose the ability, they bite their tongue, they're not able to breathe properly because their chest muscles aren't working properly, etc. And if it does lead to coma, it can lead to death.
Essex, early morning. PC Steve Clements is on patrol. Clem is part of the Casualty Reduction Unit, tasked with reducing deaths on Essex roads. Today, one of the things he'll be looking for is drivers not wearing seatbelts. 1/3 of deaths in crashes could be prevented if people were strapped in, and it's not long before he's caught someone.
My daughter in that, I've got to get her to school and I'm annoyed and I'm an upset. Okay. I've got to go, I'm sorry, alright, I haven't got my belt on, but I've got to get her to school and I'm running late, alright?
Well, as soon as we've dealt with your seatbelt, you can go to school, can't you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm having a bit of a row with her, I'm sorry, I'm getting annoyed with you, but...
I know.
It is my car.
Sorry, Sue, the gentleman jumped out.
Check everything, alright?
You go again. Want to come here then? You got your driving licence?
I'm just taking her home, alright? Because she's running late for school. I don't want, and you know what teenagers are like, alright? But it is my car. You check everything.
Okay, I'll find out who it is. What's your name, sir?
What are you doing?
I'm writing you a ticket out and you're wearing your seatbelt. That's what I'm doing, so I've stopped you.
Oh, look, please don't give me a fine.
That's what I'm doing, isn't it? That's why I've stopped you.
Look, I'm really sorry. I've just been out, please.
No,
really, I'm sorry, all right? I haven't got the money. I can't afford it. I'm not working. Please, I'm so sorry.
You're car, aren't you? So
yeah, but I can't afford it. Do you know what?
No. All right, calm down. You get yourself nicked.
I'm calming down. I'm so... No.
You swear, right?
I'm so... You can...
Right, I'm telling you, there's no need for it, all right?
No, you!
Oi.
It is your fault!
Hey, calm down.
No, I'm... No.
All right, can you calm down?
Now I've been... Look, now I've been charged.
Can you just
now
shut the door?
I've got a fine and everything because of you.
What? Can you just shut the door?
Oh, do you know what? Just do what you've got to do. I'm a good bloke.
Okay. want to come here?
What?
Come here.
No, where now? I'm really stuck for that daughter of mine.
Okay, I appreciate that, but...
Yeah, and you're going to give me a ticket, yeah? For what?
But not wear your seatbelt, as I
Oh,
said.
big deal. Do you know what? I just gone to the petrol garage.
Yeah?
I forgot to... And then we have an argument.
Okay. So you're driving along without your seatbelt on, have an argument with your daughter, not paying attention to the road, and something happens.
No, of course not.
Then you have a serious
I'm a
accident.
very good driver, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Do you know what? Someone broke into my garden the other day, yeah? Right? Broke 3 panels off the back of my garden, yeah? Where are you when I want them?
Right, well, I'm part of the petrol production unit.
Yeah, I don't do... Do you know what? Someone could have broke into my house.
Right, hang on. Stop swearing,
I'm
okay?
fed up.
I'm not swearing at you, right? You asking what I was doing, I'm telling you my job. If you don't want to ask those questions, don't ask them, and I won't answer.
Why don't you go out and get the real criminals? You know what I mean?
Right. One last warning, right? I ask you not to swear. Right? I'm not swearing at you.
No, I appreciate that,
So
but I'm
don't swear
annoyed.
at me. Alright? I've asked you not to. Right?
No,
I'm
you give me a fine.
explain to yes, I'm doing it. You're not wearing your seatbelt. You know you're doing it. You told me not wearing your seatbelt. You're having an argument with your daughter. You're not paying attention to the road. Okay? And that's why I've stopped you. Okay? Once I finish this, you'll be able to go. So you don't need to sing it.
How much is a fine?
£60 fine.
Oh, do you know what?
And your first name was?
You're going to pay for this. £60 fine. Thank you.
And your first name was?
Well, you're the policeman. Why don't you find out what my name is?
Okay then. No, I'll find out.
Right. 60 quid, all right? You happy now? Because you didn't want to stick that picture on my phone.
Hate you. I haven't got the money to pay it.
Okay.
So can you explain how I'm going to pay it if I haven't got the money?
Well, not really. It's not really my problem, is it?
Well, it is, because you're giving me this fine.
Right, yeah. But you're driving a car on the road, not wearing your seatbelt. Okay? So you're running a vehicle on the road. Okay? So you're paying to run the vehicle. Okay?
What about the guy that broke into my garden, made damage on my house?
Okay.
What about him? Are you going to catch him? Is he going to get fined?
Who is he?
Well, you tell me. Yeah?
Police come round to you?
No, they didn't.
Did you phone it in?
No, I didn't.
And how do we come round? Do we know that then?
Yeah, but you wouldn't catch him anyway.
Okay then. Okay, so let's say 28 days to pay it. Okay, if you don't pay it, then you'll end up in court. All right then?
Okay, yeah.
The gentleman didn't wear his seatbelt. That's the risk the driver takes. It's not my fault he's not wearing it. If he can't afford to pay it, then the simple thing is put a seatbelt on. I don't want to upset people, you know, but I'm doing my job. And as people say, you know, why don't you do your job properly? Well, I am. That's my job. So I can't help everybody. They can't all be happy.
The city of Birmingham has one of the most diverse populations in the country. And once a year, the Irish contingent take to the streets of the city centre for the St. Patrick's Day parade. Medical emergencies for the day will be handled by biker paramedic Mark Hayes.
With the volume of people, the road closures, I can take to the footpaths. I can get through the manned barriers at the junctions. The quickest paramedic around here today is going to be me on a motorbike. There's nothing better than the bike.
Before they join the parade, Mark and his colleague Steve get a blessing from St. Patrick himself.
Top of the morning to you all. It's good to see you.
And you.
All right? All right, mate.
Thank you.
Really hope you have a good, peaceful day. All right?
Thank you very much. How old are you, sorry?
1,764.
Steve,
Nearly as
stand
old
here
as
a
Steve.
second.
Yeah.
So, you're over 1,000 years old, and you look very, very similar. So what's your real age, Steve?
It's not long before Mark gets his first casualty.
Do you want to put a little bandage around it, or...?
If you could, I'd be very grateful, thank you. And he lives with 3 cats that bully him remorselessly.
Very tender. I know we don't normally deal with animals, but, you know, St. Patrick's Day, the dog's in the parade, so let's do our best to fix the dog up.
But now there's a real emergency on the other side of the city. A man's lying unconscious in the street and has stopped breathing. On his bike, Mark can be there in seconds. An ambulance crew has just arrived as well. Mark takes charge.
You don't want to give us a bit of privacy, do you, Pete? Thank you. What's the story?
About 10 minutes now.
The man has no signs of life. He's not breathing. His heart has stopped. Mark takes over the chest compression started by the ambulance crew, squeezing the heart inside the chest to mimic a proper heartbeat, while his colleagues use a bag to pump air into the lungs. It doesn't look good.
Thanks for trying, but he's got no pulses, I'm afraid. I think he collapsed. At that point.
Mark has a defibrillator, but for the safety of the crowds and the crew, he decides to get the man onto the ambulance before shocking his heart. Every second he's left on the pavement cuts his chance of survival. Defibrillation only works some of the time. If the man's heart has certain signs of activity, there's a chance a shock will force it back into a normal rhythm.
Okay, come back down. Yeah. We're going to have to alter it as well. Up the board. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to extend it. Okay, team, thank you very much. You can step back. Thank you. All right. Just get everything ready to go, mate. If you would.
When you're on to next.
Go on, stop. I'll hold him and steady him as you lift. Shall we have a corner? Say when?
Ready, set, lift.
Mark must do everything he can. It's a battle against time.
Yeah, no, sorry. All right.
On the ambulance, the team attach the defibrillator.
So I'm on defib, I'm on pads. Stand clear a second. Right. It's VF, shockable. You want to stand, watch your back, stand clear.
VF, ventricular fibrillation, means the heart is spasming, not pumping, but still alive.
Everybody clear. Thank you. Yeah.
Ready, clear.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Hassan is making some respiratory efforts.
Is he? Right, we've got an output, That's cracking. Got a bradycardic output.
The shocks worked, and the man's heart is beating again.
We've got a cracking radial pulse. We've continued with resuscitation. He's had a shock by means of a defib. We've managed to get an output back, which is obviously is good, but he's still very, very poorly. And he's just started to make the occasional respiratory efforts, so that's how it stands at the moment. We've got SATs of 100%, so I think that's sufficient, to be fair.
That's what I thought, SATs were still 80. Okay. Rests are increasing.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're up to 6 a minute.
The man's heart is beating, but he'll need extensive treatment before he's out of danger. The team need to get him to hospital fast.
201 at hospital. He's not had any drugs at all, it's just CPR and a shock. We've got an output back. We hope that he makes a full recovery and is discharged from hospital. If that's not the case, we've managed to restart his heart, he's breathing again. His family are going to be able to come to hospital. They're going to be able to sit with him. Obviously hope for a full recovery, but if not, they're going to have time with their loved one, which obviously in the street, if we'd not managed to restart his heart, not managed to get him breathing, you know, they'd be coming to pay the respects to somebody that's passed away.
A quiet Sunday morning in Birmingham. But it's no day of rest for biker paramedic Steve Harris.
See you, lads.
A 999's come in to a woman who's suffering from severe chest pains. It could be anything from heart problems to anxiety. As he sprints across the city, Steve must be ready to deal with anything. The patient sat an address right on the edge of the biker's patch. But Sunday roads are quiet, and Steve covers 4 miles in just under 5 minutes to be first on scene.
Hello.
When he arrives, he finds a woman in agony. She doesn't speak any English. Her granddaughter helps to translate.
Hello. Right, tell me what's happening.
Basically, just half an hour ago, she just started screaming. She got like chest pain.
Chest pain?
Yeah.
Okay, can she show me where the pain is? There and into her back. Has she had this pain before?
No.
Has she eaten today? She hasn't eaten yet. Okay. All right. What we need her to do, obviously, is to just try and calm down and relax. So, shh, nice. Okay.
Panicking can make any pain seem even worse. Steve must keep her calm.
When she breathes, if she has a big deep breath, will it hurt? Ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it hurts when she's breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No. Excuse me. Relax. Okay. Does she have any heart problems? No. Never had a heart attack. I know she's got tummy problems, so she has gastric problems. Anything else? No?
She's got a
Hypertension. So her blood pressure's high and the type. Just shh. Come on. Come on. Come on.
The woman's on medication for her ailments. More than 10 million people in the UK take pills to reduce blood pressure, but there can be side effects ranging from dizziness to constipation.
And she's never had pain like this before? Where's her other arm? Give me this. Okay.
Steve's beginning to rule out heart problems, but runs an ECG to be sure.
All right. This pain, the big breath. And too much pain? Yeah? Okay, let's have a quick listen. Right, so that's still on. Right, we're just waiting for the ambulance. We're going to pop her down. Okay, the little bit that I've done, the blood pressure is up at the moment, but she's obviously upset and in panic. The heart, what she's describing lets me think that it's not a heart. Okay, if it's the heart, when you breathe in, the pain doesn't get changed, it doesn't get worse. Okay, so it's either a lung or muscles. All right?
Yeah.
With a heart attack looking unlikely, an ambulance crews arrive to get her to hospital, where doctors will get to the bottom of just what's wrong.
It's much worse on inspiration. Just got her to take a big deep breath and she was doubled over with the pain.
But Steve wants to run a more comprehensive ECG in the back of the ambulance.
We're just going to do a 12-lead ECG, which involves exposing the chest. So I'll close the doors up.
And as he continues to unravel his patient's medical history, he discovers what might be behind the problem.
I mean, as she's lying there now, when we brought her out, she seems to be a bit calmer.
Yeah.
Can you ask her if the pain's eased?
No. It's gone on the side now.
On the side. See, all this points that it's not a heart, it's something else. Has she been to the toilet?
No, she's constipated.
She is constipated.
Yeah.
How long? How many days?
3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
Did you get that? 3 days constipation.
As many as 12 million people suffer from constipation in the UK. Untreated, it can lead to hemorrhoids, rectal prolapse, and, if dangerous bacteria get into the body, can even be life-threatening.
The fact that she is constipated, that may not be it. I'm not saying it is, that's the be-all and end-all, but it could well be that that's the particular problem, and that's why she's in pain at the moment.
With the woman safely on her way to hospital, Steve waits for his next call. And it looks like he's on a recruitment drive.
It's all right.
I'm next. I'm next. I'm next.
Yeah. Give me a rush on the bus.
But, as always, he's ready for the next emergency. Nagina hadn't suffered any serious injuries, just cuts and bruises, and went home from hospital the same day. William spent 2 days in hospital, but is now home, taking his medications regularly, and his seizures are much less severe. The lady did have constipation, and the pain was compounded by her arthritis. She was also diagnosed with a urine infection. She's going to Bangladesh with her grandson to recuperate and see her family. 72-year-old Graham is still in hospital after suffering a heart attack. His wife Patricia was at home when it happened.
It was a lovely sunny day. The policewoman came to the door and I knew something awful had happened. It was a serious heart attack. And I blanked out almost. I couldn't sort of take it in. I was warned all sorts of things could happen to him. They obviously give you the worst scenario. They have to.
Just that morning, Graham had been on a charity walk for the British Heart Foundation.
But he didn't believe first he could possibly have a heart attack anyway. Now he believes it, and now he believes his life's been saved.
Graham wouldn't have pulled through without the swift response of the ambulance service.
At least he was in a good place to have a heart attack. If you're going to have one, have it where there are people who know what they're doing. And I think that's probably why it's been such a good outcome. They were there, and that was brilliant. That has saved his life. It did save his life.
Next time on Emergency Bikers.
Was it hurting when
Steve's called to a life-threatening infection.
It's just like a pimple, isn't it? Only a big one.
PC Lucy Watson has her hands full on Southend seafront.
You alright? I'm from Newcastle.
And Mark Hayes deals with a man who's lost several pints of blood.
So the bleeding this morning, what time did that start?
All night.
All night.
Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on two wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, a woman's been in a seizure for 30 minutes and won't respond.
Talk to me.
Biker cop Lucy helps restrain a man reportedly wielding an axe.
Oh, what, they got more rights than me, have they?
And Oxford biker paramedics race to a man hit by a bus. (7 a.m. Birmingham, and the biker paramedics are getting ready for another 12-hour day. But Mark Hayes is looking forward to having Steve Harris around at the weekend.
Whatever you do, don't get sunbathing lying on the grass because the kids will get confused which is the trampoline. Let's go then. It's going to save a life.
A 999's coming in. Mark's on call.
Reports of somebody fitting in Aston.
Fits or seizures can be lethal if left untreated. It's thought that around 40 people die every month in the UK during an epileptic fit. Mark needs to get there fast. On his Yamaha FJR 1300, he can sprint across town quicker than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. The address Mark's been given is over 4 miles away. But on blue lights and sirens, he can travel faster than the speed limit. He's on scene in under 5 minutes.
Hello. How you doing? Hello.
Can you have a seizure now, just...
What's her name?
Dawn Crispy.
Dawn. Okay.
Dawn had just come to the kitchen when she suddenly dropped to the floor.
Dawn, talk to me. Come on now, talk to me. If you talk to me, I can help you.
Dawn's been unresponsive for more than 25 minutes.
Dawn, you're going to talk to me. Talk to me. You're going to talk to me. Come on, my love, you're blinking away. Talk to me. My name's Mark and I'm a paramedic. Yeah? Do you understand what I'm saying?
While Mark's trying to get some reaction from Dawn, an ambulance arrives. If she doesn't come round soon, they'll need to rush her to hospital for specialist treatment.
How are we doing?
According to her partner, recently, Dawn's seizures have become much more serious. They've lasted longer, and she sometimes chokes or bites her tongue. She's now been completely unresponsive for over half an hour.
She's starting this shaking, but she's blinking. There's no rigidity, and she's swallowing.
Dawn, I'm just going to have to take some blood from your finger, all right?
Dawn, can you talk to me? Hello. Come on, one Villa fan to another. You're going to talk to us. Did I get a smile there? I got a smile, look. Did you see that? Huh? See, if you were a blue nose, it'd be different, huh? You're going to talk to me, huh? There we go. That's good enough. You've said something, huh? That's good enough. That'll do me.
Mark's blue nose reference to Birmingham City fans does the trick for Aston Villa supporter Dawn.
No. Can you tell me which is the best West Midland football team? There we go. I got her. Gentleman tells us that you've had a seizure, right? And he was concerned it lasted some 20-odd minutes, and that's why we've been called. Do you understand that? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to be popping you off to hospital. That to us is a prolonged fit. Yeah? Okay then, let's just sit you up nice and slowly, all right? Up we come. Apart from the headache, any other symptoms? Got any pain anywhere? Huh?
My back pain.
You got back pain? Okay. Should we get you into that chair? We'll get you onto the ambulance and we'll have a proper look at you. Yeah? All right. Ooh, there we go.
There are as many as 50 types of epilepsy, all caused by scrambled electrical signals in the brain. Around 500,000 people in the UK suffer from epilepsy, and Mark has nothing but admiration for people like Dawn.
The way I feel is it's like any other ongoing medical condition. For example, diabetes. They've got to be a strong individual to cope with this condition, and I think the way they go about their lives as normal as possible, I'd take my hat off to them, because for those that suffer with regular fits, it's a hard condition to live with.
Essex, one of Britain's largest counties, crisscrossed by high-speed dual carriageways. Patrolling today, PC Steve Clements. He's looking out for anything that can endanger drivers and passengers. Today he's on the A12, and it's not long before he spots something.
The reason I've stopped you today, yeah, is because I could see you leaning forward and head down, right? Then I've driven up next to you and I could see that you were you feeding the baby?
Yes.
Okay. Why haven't you stopped to feed the baby?
Because we didn't know that we have to stop.
Well, the baby's... Why is... All right, let's ask us, who's in danger if there was an accident?
The baby, both of us.
Well, the baby more, yeah? You already leaning forward. If your husband had to brake hard, yeah, you're going to keep going forward. So if you're doing 60 mile an hour and he suddenly brakes hard or hits something that's going a lot slower, you're going to continue at 60 mile an hour into the back of this. This will collapse it and you're going to crush the baby, okay? You should have stopped, yeah? When I came next to you, yeah, I believe you'd, were you breastfeeding?
Yes.
you were breastfeeding to the right, yeah? And then when I came up to you, swapped over and you were starting to breastfeed on the left, yeah? So you were actually continuing. You didn't put it there. Do you not think the baby should be in the carrier while the car is moving?
Yes, it has to. She was there, but I couldn't.
Yeah, while the car is moving, where should the baby be? Okay. If something happened, and this has happened, you as the parents are responsible for this young girl.
She's crying. It's absolutely awful.
I appreciate that, but pull over, feed the baby, and then carry on. Yeah, in safety, knowing that you're going to be in safety. Not while you're driving along in the rain, yeah? And so as parents, you're responsible for this child, yeah? So I'm going to do with your husband. If you want to carry on and feed the baby while we're stationary, yeah? And then we'll leave you to it, okay? I'm going to do this for carrying your child as you are, yeah? It's carrying the passenger in a dangerous position, okay? If there'd been an accident, the child would likely be injured, very likely, from the fact of your wife crushing the baby, because she would leave and she would crush the baby and the baby would suffer some injuries, okay? And I need to understand the seriousness of the offence, okay? As dad, you're going to be telling her not to do things that are dangerous, aren't you? Yeah? Not to touch the cooker, yeah? Not to touch hot water, yeah? And things like that. You're going to be looking after her, okay? Well, your responsibility starts now, okay, with how you carry her in a car, okay?
Clem's giving the man a £60 fine.
I think she's just finishing the baby, so obviously don't move off until the baby's been fed and put back in its carrier. All right then? Okay, cheers then. So you're happy and full now, are you? Yes? You're shy now. Okay, so you need to understand, if you need to do that again, find somewhere to stop. There's loads of lay-bys, stop and pull over, and it's just for the baby. Yeah, I don't want to come to an accident and find you and how you would feel if you had had an accident. Okay?
Yeah.
All right then? Okay, cheers.
Sometimes when she's crying, we don't know how to react and we do mistakes.
Over 300 babies are killed or seriously injured in car crashes in the UK every year because they weren't properly restrained. It's something that never fails to rattle father of two, Clem.
I'd have to say that children out not in safety, not being looked after, really does bug me, because we're responsible for those children. It's our job to look after them, it's our job for their safety, and parents have got to do it. You know, I know she was saying that the child was crying, but as I said to you earlier, this is the A12. It's not a motorway with 20 miles between junctions. There's slip roads, there's lay-bys, there's everywhere she could have stopped to feed the baby. But she took the risk to take the baby out of its carrier. She's aware that she has a seat clear. That's where the baby should be. That's what they're designed for. They're designed that if there was a crash, that little girl is going to survive. A lot of people do that inside the car. They get inside that cocoon and they feel safe in there. But again, it's not them. If he's driving along, he was driving very sensibly. He was doing 70 mile an hour, lane 2. You know, sitting there and he's doing very sensible. But it's not him. It's somebody else does something and he has to brake very quickly. That's the idea of safety equipment in the car, is to protect you against what other people do.
A 100 miles west of Essex, the city of Oxford. A population of 150,000, a quarter of the adult residents are students. In the centre of town, based in a porter cabin at the station, is a lifeline for permanent residents and visitors alike. It's the HQ for Paramedic Eddie Webb and Barry Pritchard, the emergency bikers of the South Central Ambulance Service.
It's quite a handy place to be, really. And this is where we sit and wait for the calls.
And there's soon one for Barry. A young man's been hit by a bus. This sort of impact could mean anything, from concussion to paralysis. Barry scythes through the city, covering a mile in just under 2 minutes, to be the first paramedic on scene. Bystanders have been looking after the man until help arrives.
Hello there. What's your name?
Neil.
Just have a look at your head a minute, Neil. Can you just lay nice and still for me, if you can?
Neil hit his head on the pavement when he fell and is rapidly losing blood from the injury.
Have you hurt yourself anywhere else?
No.
Just basically your head. Does your neck or your back hurt at all?
No.
Do you remember everything that happened? Get your head nice and still for me, Neil.
Neil's very confused, a common result of head trauma.
Looks like you've crossing the road, Neil. You got clonked by a bus, I think. Open your eyes wide. Can you see me all right? Yeah. Right, okay. Just going to press down your back and your neck. Is there any pain when I'm pressing at all?
Even when vehicles hit pedestrians at low speeds, injuries to head, neck or back can be life-threatening.
Feel that leg?
It's crucial that Neil's given a thorough check-over in hospital as soon as possible.
Right, let's just have a look at your hands a minute. You've done something to those, haven't you? If I just squeeze your ribs and take a deep breath, that hurt anywhere? This is Neil, hit by a bus, crossing the road. Can you take his head while I take it on? What we're going to do is treat you for the worst. I don't think you have hurt your neck or your back, but we're going to put a collar on you, just in case, all right? And we'll get you off this cold road.
Okay. What hit me?
I think you got clonked, hit by a bus, I think. I think you've been knocked out as well. He's a little bit vague about events of what's happened.
Okay.
How old are you were?
Your head relaxed for me, that's good. Take your head off.
Oh.
You got pain in your chest?
No, it's not my head, it's just hurt.
Right, and Neil, what we're going to do, mate, because of your mechanism of injury and you've obviously took a bit of a tumble, we're going to keep you very straight. We're going to put you on one little stretcher to get you onto our other one, then we'll get you off the cold road, all right?
Yeah. Ready, steady, roll. Ready, steady, roll. Okay, do it on roll then. Ready, steady, roll.
Just relax, Neil.
And then we'll go back and roll. Ready, steady, roll.
They must keep Neil's back completely straight as they move him, in case he's damaged his spine.
Somebody hit me,
Traffic accidents cause almost half of all spine injuries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready, steady, lift.
Is there anyone you want us to contact?
Oh, I got home a bus, I got home.
Okay, is there anyone, any family or anyone like that you want me to give a call just to let them know where you're going? What I'll do is I'll give those guys a call in a second.
That should be my mum or dad, that one.
That's your mum or dad, alright, I'll let them know. We're not going to mess about here to get you up to the hospital. Officers come up and see you up there, alright? These guys will look after you, they're much better at doing it than I am.
I think you were crossing the road, Neil, carrying a big heavy thing of glue.
Yeah.
It looked like you'd got clonked by the bus. That's what I'm guessing happened. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't here.
Find out from the driver of the bus.
I'll go and ask him.
Yeah, just possibly would be great.
The severity of Neil's injuries could depend on how fast the bus was going.
Are you the bus driver?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me just basically what happened? Did he just walk across the road or?
Yeah, he was carrying the jerry can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was carrying like that. So
right.
I didn't think he's gonna cross the road.
Right.
So he just came and then he was caught by the side of the bus.
He did just by the side of the bus.
Yeah,
he didn't go underneath it or anything.
No.
So it's just the front corner pushed him over sort of thing.
Just by the side after the door.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
How fast have you been doing? Just sort of 20 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour?
About 10 to 15 or 10.
Okay. The corner of the bus has caught him at about 10 miles an hour and sort of given him a good shove and he's hit his head on the pavement.
So it's pushed him over, really.
Yeah. The bus driver said he was doing no more than 10-15 miles an hour. His pupils were both reacting and he was beginning to regain his memory while I was talking to him, so he seems to be coming out of it a little bit. But they will treat and assess him and probably keep him in for observation because of the head trauma.
It's not the first time Barry's seen this kind of accident.
We do get quite a lot of pedestrian accidents, mainly in Oxford, because we've got a very large population of students, a lot of them from abroad. They tend to look the wrong way when they're crossing the road, because England, unfortunately, drives on the opposite side of the road to everybody else. And that takes a bit of getting used to.
In Birmingham, Mark and Steve are off on an unusual outing.
Today's a special day because Steve's getting his own motorbike operationally. So we're off to Coventry to go and collect his new baby.
It's going to be really good the first time I get the call, switch the lights on, and then I can go off on my bike.
you know, he deserves it. You know, he's had to jump from bike to bike to bike, which is, it's not fair on him, and it's not fair on my bike. So, ding dong.
Come on then. Good morning.
That's kind of a parrot.
It's good, isn't it?
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, we're going to make it a special occasion for Steve. So it's not often we get him to smile. It looks pretty, doesn't it? It's like Christmas.
Do you like unwrapping things?
Why would I have to unwrap anything?
We didn't have any wrapping paper, but we thought...
Isn't that lovely? Oh.
What, the bike or the tape?
The bike. You know, if I was going to have ribbon, I should have had a nice colour.
Pink.
It's gorgeous, apart from all this blue and white stuff. Very nice.
There's a remote buttons on there which runs all your blues or your arrivals, and your unlock button now is on this side. When you're at scene with all your blues running, you can actually leave that running, turn your ignition off, walk away with your keys. Nothing will happen then. The bike will keep running, keep your batteries charged, keeps your blues going, and if anybody decides they're going to steal the bike, as soon as they put it into gear, it'll click it out and the engine stops.
Yep.
So the engine stops, saves it any theft.
Yep.
Nothing you've not seen before.
No, it's all it's all exactly the same, isn't it? Yeah, we're having sat-navs given us for when we go outside the city. So instead of relying on A to Z maps, which we do at the moment, we're going to have some sat-navs. They're no good to us around the city, but that's all local knowledge. The problem we have is that we start driving on pavements and through pedestrian ways, the sat-nav gets confused and doesn't know what you're doing. I got my nice shiny bike and I got my tattered old map pocket.
It is a joyous day. One is he's happy, and that doesn't happen very often, and we can see, look, he's there with a dirty big grin on his face, looking...
I'm happy.
So, it's very, very good. Excellent.
Don't get too close. Hey, hey. I'm touching it. Don't touch that bit. No, you can't touch that bit.
I want to put a handprint on.
No, you can't. Get your hands off it. I'm going to have to polish that again now.
Just don't forget, new tyres.
New tyres.
New tyres.
I'm aware. Yeah.
I'll go to the box.
It's got 2 brand new tyres on it. Bike tyres are different to car tyres. You have to sort of break them in, bed them in. They need sort of 50 mile on the clock. So for the first little while, it's just a matter of taking it easy, aware that the tyres are new, and you know, don't throw it into bend because you stand a chance of just sliding away.
Southend-on-Sea on the Essex coast, home to 150,000 people and a holiday destination for millions more. It's the home patch of biker cop, PC Lucy Watson. On her BMW R1200 RT, she's ready to respond at speed to any call-out. And 999's come in. A man's reported to be wielding an axe on the outskirts of town. Several local units have raced to the scene. Lucy's been called as backup. If the situation turns ugly, it will need plenty of manpower.
All we know at the moment is chap's come out and threatened some people with an axe, and he's thrown some petrol around. Which one is it, mate?
It's the black address there. There's an alleyway down the side. If you can go and join out around the...
Yeah,
there, perhaps.
Round the back of the house, officers are already dealing with the man. But he's not cooperating.
It's a dirty drug dealing, no good. Why am I having to put up this?
Listen.
No, mate. I'm not resisting. My hands are open.
Calm yourself down.
My hands are open, and I'm not resisting you.
You're under arrest on suspicion of threats to kill. Yeah, they're forward. Do you want to bring them around here? No, we just walk around. Oh, is that guy still around there, is he?
No, they've all gone in, but it's...
Okay, we'll take them to the car then.
You guys were dirty, horrible. Okay, David. All right, mate.
What is it?
Oh, what, they got more rights than me, have they? Because they do
Just calm down.
Calm down.
Come on, mate. Come on. This is not working.
No! You! Get that! All right.
Right, what is it?
Dirty.
Relax, mate. There's no need for this at all.
Try and relax, mate, all right?
I'm not trying to relax with you. Come, mate.
Try and relax.
What you going to do?
The police use leg restraints to control the man.
Right, mate, get your legs out now. Do it. Put your legs out. Stop resisting.
Well, what you going to do? Beat me? Go on.
No.
What's the worst you can do?
All right.
You can go and deal with the scum over there.
Get your arms out now.
Has anyone requested a van?
Yeah, I've got one.
What's your size?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can, because you were using excessive force. I've got an heart condition.
Yeah?
I told you.
Good. Well, calm down then.
Paul.
Chill, chill. Is the van coming?
It's on its way, a couple of minutes.
You all right, mate? Fix me.
Oh, I'm not all right. Have you got my spray yet?
Your wife's getting it for me.
It'll be too...
Have you got angina?
I've got an... Yes.
So you know you need to calm down, don't you? You've got angina, you need to calm down.
Can you breathe all right?
There's no pressure on him at all.
No. I don't believe this. They're blood-thinning scum and I'm the one on the floor.
You're the one that was acting aggressively, though. I tried to explain to you. If you calm to us, we can sort it out. But you were aggressive. Hence why you're handcuffed and on the floor now.
Get a GTN spray off of her.
Can you run back indoors and just get GTN spray off the wife for us?
Have you got any other medication in there that you have to take?
I've got loads.
Do you take aspirin or anything when you get chest pains?
Yeah, I've got everything.
We're going to need all this medication in boxes, aren't we?
In my wallet, there's a list of what I take for the
We'll need to bring. If you're going into custody, you'll need to bring the lot.
All over Topsy Dog.
Have you got pain in your chest now?
Yeah.
Do you want to sit up? I've got your spray. I'm not going to take you out of the handcuffs
Can you
because of the way
spray
you
it under
were.
my tongue?
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'll spray it.
It's easy to get set up.
Can you spray one first?
Yeah.
Not particularly.
You just got to go under.
I know. I used to be a paramedic.
I need to. That didn't go in. That's not coming out. You've got to spray it square. No wonder you're still not a paramedic, isn't it?
I've never given it someone lying on the floor and face down in handcuffs though. Okay. If we sit you up, I can straighten the handcuffs, okay? But I can't do it there. It's not practical for me to do it.
Can you get up?
You're going to sit up and behave yourself, yeah?
Get onto his side. Bring your knees up here, mate.
Sit.
Ready?
Push against me, mate. That's it. Push up.
That's it.
Just walk. Just little steps.
Keep got ocean wounds, mate. Keep them right. I can take you around the other side. Just little steps. Just little steps. No rush. You're going to hop, are you?
Put it in. Ask first, mate.
Can I have my glasses?
Yep.
Where are they?
They're on the bonnet of the car.
Well,
It's another tough day on the beat, but this biker cop, who's also a mum and a grandma, takes it all in her stride.
Doesn't get my adrenaline going, unless I feel personally threatened. My adrenaline doesn't really go. That's just another job. We deal with that sort of thing on a regular basis, but it's not uncommon. I don't think I did much wrestling. I think the boys did most of that. It's not easy dressed like this, but it's just one of those things that you do.
The man was cautioned for resisting arrest. No further action was taken.
Should we go and have some tea? Nothing like a little scuffle before tea, is there?
Birmingham, It's the hottest spring since records began, and everyone's out enjoying the weather. But some might have been overdoing it. On patrol today, paramedic Steve Harris. A man's collapsed just a few hundred meters away.
Hello there. How you doing? You could be better. You had a drink? You had anything else?
No.
Just alcohol. Yeah. All right. Okay. What are we doing? Hey?
Tricycle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to go down to the hospital? You think you need to? You're going to look after him? Yeah. What I want to do is see you up on your feet to make sure, see whether you're steady enough to be left or...
Yeah, I'm steady enough. Believe me, I'm steady enough.
I don't want you to fall over and hurt yourself, do I? Eh?
No, of course not. No, I'm fine, I'm fine. Look.
Come on, you show me.
A bit weak, but I'm
Yeah.
a bit worried, but I'm standing and I'm fine, this.
All right. Have a seat. Yeah, and instead of being on your knees, why don't you sit on the step? Be a bit more comfortable for you, wouldn't it?
Thank you. I don't want to be bothered to you.
I know, you ain't. Yeah, we're just worried about you, aren't we?
Thank you.
Are you going to look after him?
Yeah, I'll look after him.
Yeah.
Promise you.
All right then.
Mate, he's my mate.
All right. We'll sort the bits out and we'll let you go on your own.
Thank you, lads.
All right, mate.
Thank you, lads.
He tells me that he drinks regular anyway. I think it's the warm sunshine. Had a drink, he's had a lie down, a little nap. He's woken him up. He's steady on his feet. He's got a colleague with him, a friend who's going to look after him, make sure he's okay. I see no point in him going to hospital. He doesn't need to go, and he himself agrees with that. So I'm quite happy for him to be left in the city, left to his own devices, and he'll make his way on.
Alcohol accounts for 30,000 deaths in the UK every year. Up to 10% of all ambulance call-outs could be booze-related. As Steve races to another at Snow Hill Station, he knows only too well that not all patients are good-natured.
Been told that someone's fallen over on the platform. 2-on-2 over. Hiya, mate. How you doing? Hey?
Not very well.
Well, why are you lying on the floor?
I tumbled over.
You fell over? Yep, okay. And what made you fall? Did you get light-headed or did you trip up or?
I did quite a lot.
You fall over a lot?
Yeah.
And have you hurt yourself this time?
Well, no, not this time, no.
No. Do you have any medical problems?
Yeah.
Like what?
Drinking.
Drinking?
Yeah. What's it going to do, you?
I'm only just talking to you. You don't want me to talk to you, that's fine, mate. I ain't interested anymore, mate.
Well, you was pissed off then, leave me alone.
If you haven't hurt yourself, you said you hadn't. So your back's hurting. Is that new today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
What are you doing here?
Hey?
What are you doing here then?
What am I? I'm the paramedic that's been called because you're on the floor.
Yeah, I know I was on the floor, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. Right, we better get you up the hospital then, hadn't we? Okay. I'll get an ambulance. We'll take you up the hospital. Ambulance required. Gentleman intoxicated, fall, abusive. Over.
I ain't abusive, mate.
Well, you were to me.
No, you was abusive to me, mate.
No, I wasn't. Just talking to you, asking you questions, being as nice as pie.
I'll tell you what, I don't need to be abusive or anything like that.
Well, as I remember, you was the one swearing at me first.
And you was the one swearing at me.
I don't swear, mate.
Despite the man's attitude, his complaints of back pain mean Steve has to get him to hospital.
We got a wheelchair here for you. So if we help you up, and we can pop you in a wheelchair and take you up onto the street, is that all right? Here we go. That's it.
Hold on, mate. Hold on. You have to give me a hand up.
Mark's arrived to help Steve move the man.
Push. You try to talk to them nicely, you try to make conversation with them, and they just turn on you. So, you know, it's a matter of you just have to shrug your shoulders, ignore what they're saying. You know, I'm not saying he needs hospital treatment, but we can't leave him here. You saw just as he was trying to get off the floor, he's not steady, he's not capable of walking away. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to take him down to the hospital. They'll keep him a couple of hours or so till he sobers up a bit and he's a bit more mobile, and then I presume they'll let him go.
A 999 call's coming in. Another man's collapsed, but this time there's something familiar about the patient.
Ow. Hello. We're here again.
Yeah.
Well, better than you, because this is the second time I've been called to you today.
No, people shouldn't keep calling me out. You know?
Yeah, but you're lying on, you're on the floor, right? You know you're asleep. Everybody walking past thinks you've collapsed, and that there's a problem with you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Have you had anything to drink since we met?
No.
No?
Unfortunately.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Unfortunately, I haven't.
All right, you're going to move on then.
There's nothing for Steve to do but send the man on his way.
You want me to help you up?
No, don't sleep.
You tell me where you're going, and I'll when I get the call, I'll know that I'm coming to you.
It's not. I'm asleep.
I know that. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure instead of phoning 999, if they came over and asked you that you were whether
No,
you
it's
were
not.
okay.
No, it's not. It's not that people didn't care. You know what I mean?
Of course it is. You know.
I mean, but I don't know. I'll carry on moving. I'll see what happens. I don't know what happens next. I don't know.
Second time today. It may not be the last. He lives on the streets. He's homeless. He's had a drink today. It's obviously a nice, pleasant, warm day. The sun's shining. He's a bit tired. The trouble is, he just sits himself on the pavement, falls asleep. Passers-by, members of the public are going past, become concerned and phone 999 ambulance. He doesn't need hospital treatment. It may be that we're going to have to persuade him to go just to get him off the streets. But at the moment he's just left the scene again. He'll have a wander around till he gets tired, sit himself down somewhere else, and we may well meet him again.
Already today, Steve spent nearly 2 hours dealing with these two men alone. Birmingham, early morning. Biker paramedic Mark Hayes is responding to a 999. A man needs urgent medical attention in police custody. The roads are busy, and Mark's journey isn't helped because several streets in the city centre have been closed due to an unstable crane. Surrounding roads are busier than usual. But on the bike, Mark can cut through the traffic, and his mile-long journey takes him just under 4 minutes.
How you doing? You all right? Hello, my name's Mark. I'm a paramedic. All right. How you feeling at the moment? Tell me why. Say again, sorry?
Pressure in my head, you know.
In your head?
Yeah, it's like...
And how long have you had that for?
Ages and ages.
How long's ages and ages?
Really gone.
Are we talking days? Are we talking weeks, months?
Months.
Oh, right, so it's an ongoing problem. Okay. Pain anywhere else?
Legs, feet. I'm so swollen up.
Okay, and how long's that been for?
I haven't jacked up for ages.
Okay.
I'm like swelling up like I used to.
This type of swelling is associated with injecting drugs, but it could be an infection or even gout.
So is there anything new today? Is there any new symptoms?
3 days. No.
No, so it's all ongoing stuff that, and presumably you've been seen by a doctor previously for these symptoms?
I'm trying to, but I keep forgetting.
How long have you been with yourselves?
Only about 3 hours at the most.
3 hours. We'll see what we find. Right, yeah. What have you had today? What have you taken today?
Alcohol so far.
How much alcohol?
Half bottle of rum.
What day is it today? Let's have your on, actually.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. A silly question, where are you?
Police station.
When was the last time you used?
Heroin.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago.
Quite a while ago. Do you use anything else?
Gas.
The man's history of drug and alcohol abuse has Mark worried. Drug use does extensive damage to all parts of the body and can lead to major complications.
Feet warm. Okay. They're very warm to touch.
I'm all swollen up, my legs are swollen.
You inject into your feet, obviously.
I used to.
And your legs?
Legs, groin, everything. But the veins all collapsed.
Any pains in your chest at all?
Sometimes.
When was the last time you had pains in your chest?
Every time I get angry.
Will you do me a favour? Will you just lie down with your head up this end, flat on your back? I want to do an in-depth ECG, if that's okay.
Tastes so...
Can I just pull your t-shirt up to pop some electrodes on your chest? Is that all right? Yeah? Oh. Okay. It's all right, you've got a hairy chest. I'm going to have to shave your chest so I can get the electrodes to stick on. All right, Joe. Watch your hands a second.
With so many symptoms and the complicated medical history, Mark wants to check for serious heart problems. A 12-lead electrocardiograph will give Mark a detailed readout of what's going on with the man's heart.
It looks like he's got what's known as a bundle branch block, right bundle branch block. The electrical pathways within the heart, if there's an abnormality, it'll try and find a different route, and that's then shown on the ECG. That could be a long-standing thing that's, this gentleman may or may not be aware of. But nevertheless, that's something that will be investigated just as a precaution.
An ambulance crew has arrived to take the man to hospital.
How you doing, mate? You're all right. You're all right, mate. The ambulance crew are here now. We're going to pop you off to Dudley Road, City Hospital. All right. Yeah. Can I just ask you, you going to the bathroom okay? You passing water out in your bowels?
I can't stop crapping.
You can't stop. Is it diarrhea or is it... And how long's that been for? Could only be nausea as well. How long's that?
Since I started using bloody methadone.
Since you used methadone. And how long have you been on methadone?
I've been a junkie since I was 17.
Methadone is often used to treat heroin addicts, but diarrhea is a common side effect.
Just wrap this around you as best we can. Alright? Yeah.
Complications from injecting heroin are cellulitis and gangrene, both bacterial infections that eat away at the soft tissue. The man will be escorted to hospital by the police. Mark's used to dealing with the aftermath of drug abuse, but as a father of two, it never fails to bother him.
I do worry that, there's always the possibility that they could be influenced and go off the straight and narrow. But I've got a good relationship with my children, and I would hope that that would never happen. And if it were to happen, I think I'd go for some shock tactics to try and, you know, scare them off. God knows I've been out to enough dead people from drugs overdoses. I can tell them many a tale, and I would hope that that would be enough to scare them.
Dawn has had another fit since leaving hospital, but is hoping they won't keep happening. The man hit by the bus didn't have serious head injuries, but had hurt his knee. As a floor fitter, he had to rely on his good knee, but that now needs surgery. The man with swollen feet was kept in hospital for observation. He's being treated for stress and has been charged with criminal damage. Next time on Emergency Bikers. Oxford biker paramedics battle to bring round a diabetic man.
Can you hear me, mate?
Biker cop Martin Ackers won't take no for an answer.
No, there's no more buts. That's it, okay? No, thanks very much.
And Mark Hayes comes face to face with his worst nightmare.
I don't do vomit.
Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on two wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, Oxford biker paramedics battle to bring round a diabetic man.
Can you hear me, mate?
Paramedic Steve Harris is called to a child hit by a car. Cop Martin Ackers gets tough.
No, there's no more buts. That's it, okay?
And Mark Hayes comes face to face with his worst nightmare.
I don't do vomit.
Birmingham, early afternoon. The city's two biker paramedics are having lunch. But it's soon disturbed. A 999 call's coming in. Mark Hayes is on duty. A woman's having a seizure in the city centre. Mark needs to get there fast. On his Yamaha FJR 1300, he can sprint across town quicker than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. The call's over a mile away, and even through the city centre traffic, Mark takes just 2 minutes to get there. The woman slumped in the back of a police van. She's been arrested on suspicion of shoplifting.
Come on, my love, talk to me. Come on. Come on, help me out and talk to me.
But police aren't completely convinced about her medical condition.
So, describe what's happened.
Yeah, she was in the back of the car, felt the van bumping up and down, looked, and she's gone down, straight down, come round the bar.
Yeah.
And she's fitting, supposedly.
And how long did this fit last?
1 minute.
1 minute.
You want her out, Mark, or is she all right?
No, she's all right there. She's maintaining her airway. Oxygen's good. She's blinking away, and I'm sure she'd opened her eyes if she wanted to.
The symptoms don't seem to add up, but Mark still has to run all the tests.
Talk to me. Sharp scratch on your finger. 1, 2, 3. Don't want to do your blood pressure. Keep still. We're trying to help. Oi.
That's my bad arm.
All right, calm down and talk to me then.
He's just got to do it, hasn't he?
Come on.
Look.
There are only little scratches. Come on. Sit up on the bench.
Come on, Cal. You get.
Lovely lady. Come on.
Get off me!
I'm happy for you to get off.
Steve's arrived as backup.
Get off. Get off the thing. Sorry.
Right, listen. Listen. No. Pull her out onto the floor. I'm not convinced.
Go back.
Yeah, just drag her out. Right. I can see you moving your fingers and that, yeah? You wasn't fitting. You're not fitting. Yeah? Young lady is in police custody. Appeared to be fitting, but I touch her eyelashes, she's flicking. She's got a blink response there. I can see her moving her fingers and swallowing. So, as to whether that's a true seizure or not, unsure at the moment. Do you just want to grab the bed for us, please? Let's get onto the bed. Listen to me, you're moving your arm. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, go. Go over onto a side. Keep still. Keep still. Keep still. No, keep still. Yeah. Keep still. Do you want to do it on the truck? No, keep still. You can breathe. You can breathe. No, it's round your way. Keep still. Keep still then. Keep still. You're making it tight. No, don't. Listen, you're not fitting. Yeah, let's go. Go on, just go. No, keep. Let's go. I've gone out to enough people that have suffered seizures in my 16 years of being in the ambulance service, and I'd like to think I know a genuine fit. The things we look for are incontinence, whether they bit the tongue, usually the heart's racing, extremely sweaty. There was none of that evident. So this was backing up my theory that maybe this was what we call a pseudo fit, which means fake, put on, not real. You're going to talk to us and behave properly, huh? Come on, you're moving your arm. Right, listen. Right, listen. Turn round, you're going to talk to us. Huh? Wait, come on. We're here to help you. You're on the back of an ambulance now. So you're going to turn around and talk to us. Are you going to tell us what it's all about then? Tell me what's happened.
I want to go to sleep.
Right. Are you going to go to hospital?
I cannot go to sleep there.
No, answer the question. Are you going to hospital?
I go to sleep there.
Some people, when they've done something wrong and they end up in police custody, they realise that, you know, they're in trouble and develop certain symptoms and complaints, and they think that it's going to help the situation. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, at the end of the day, we've got myself, we've got an ambulance crew. We've more or less blocked the main road into New Street Station, all for somebody that has allegedly been shoplifting, certainly intoxicated, certainly abusive, and not very good at faking fits.
The woman was taken to hospital and the shoplifting charges were later dropped. Essex. 5,000 miles of roads, carrying hundreds of thousands of cars in and out of London every day. Patrolling the highways, PC Martin Ackers. Today, PC Ackers will be intercepting cars which trigger the automatic number plate recognition cameras, looking for offenders with no MOT or no insurance, and looking for wanted cars. There are over 10,000 ANPR cameras on Britain's roads, over 200 of them in Essex. Martin will be lying in wait at one end of the Dartford River crossing, a pinch point where all cars entering the county from the south have to pass. Martin parks up waiting for a radio message from base, and with so much traffic passing, he doesn't have to wait long. A car's been picked up on the police cameras for potentially not having any insurance. Martin gets in front of the vehicle and directs the driver to follow him into the car park of the service station, which the police are using as their base. Even before Martin has had a chance to run his checks, the driver appears to know why she's been pulled over.
If it's run out, probably today or yesterday.
What was that, sorry, ma'am?
I said if it's run out, it's probably today.
Today
Yeah.
or yesterday?
Yeah.
Have you got any paperwork in relation to it by any chance?
Yeah, I have it, but I think it's actually... I printed it out.
Right.
Yeah, but if we call them and we call my number, they'll be able to tell you that.
Yes. Yeah. We'll give that a go. Let's have a look at your licence. Thank you, ma'am. Much appreciated.
Well, this is clean. I don't have points.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking about a mess, but I have a clean license.
Right, yes, okay, fair enough. Let's work it out and see what we've got, shall we? Okay.
While Martin checks out the woman's license, he waits for control to come back to him with details of her insurance.
Yeah, go ahead, Dennis.
It's not good news for the driver.
You haven't got any insurance, have you? 16. Yeah. You took out 14-day cover note, didn't you? So we're 2 days over that.
Okay, because I wasn't...
So, at this moment in time, at the moment, you haven't got any insurance.
Yeah, but they used to give a period of grace for 14
well, they
days.
don't. Not for insurance. Never, ever.
Oh, no, for the road tax.
What I'm going to issue yourself, because you do have a clean driving licence, as you correctly stated. Yeah, as you correctly stated, I'm going to issue yourself a fixed penalty notice, which keeps you out of court.
If it was like a week, then you say, hell no. 2 days, for Christ's sake.
So that's that. With reference to your car, the vehicle, because it's uninsured, gets seized. And that is what this form is here. Under Section 165A of the Road Traffic Act, empowers certain police officers to seize vehicles under certain conditions. So there's that. Nice enough lady though, isn't she, really? Yeah, so she's got to get someone to come out and pick her up, hasn't she? Really, that's another one off the road. Good fun here. Go on then, how can we help?
No, I'm just going to call.
Right, okay. So you still need to produce that certificate. Yeah, that certificate still needs to be.
No, you.
Yeah, no, seriously. No. All right, it's happened. All right, and that's that. Okay, the recovery man coming here, pick your car up, and it's going. It's as simple as that. All right.
No,
so I've explained the Section 165. The vehicle's already been seized, and it's going.
No, but what about?
There's no buts to it. That's the way.
Yeah, but then...
There's no buts.
No,
There's no buts. That's it. That's how it works. All right? It's as simple as that.
It's simple as that, but then what I'm saying is if I call my insurance, they'll just continue the insurance that I had.
And then you need to produce it. Yeah. That's it. Once it's produced,
no,
then
you can call them to confirm.
This has been seized. It's as simple as that. End of story.
No, because...
No, there's no more buts. That's it. Okay?
No,
thanks very much.
You can still call them.
Dear, oh dear.
The car will be impounded until the woman pays the fine and recovery fee. Before it's taken away, she can remove her belongings from it. Ever the gent, Martin lends a hand.
I think we're moving house here, aren't we? I suppose that's just in case she needs a rest every now and again. Oh dear.
While Martin's been busy unloading the car, the driver's been busy too.
I've got the insurance now.
Right, okay, yeah. Produce that. Good, excellent.
My car.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pedal
But it's all too late.
As we said. Okay. There you go. I mean, if she hits someone, there's no way that that person can make a claim against her, try and make a civil claim against her. But is she realistically going to have a huge amount of money in her bank account? I know I haven't. If it's sort of like a serious life-changing injury, that person needs a serious amount of money to then cope with their new disability. She knew that she was uninsured and just took the risk and didn't get away with it on this occasion.
Birmingham, mid-afternoon, and paramedics Mark Hayes and Steve Harris are spoiling for a fight.
How many drinks have I got you today? First thing this morning.
Yeah.
You're out here, I brought a tray of drinks out to you.
You did.
That's 2.
Yeah.
I think we've only had 2 drinks, haven't we?
Exactly, we needed another one.
Get off and get it then.
You can't get the bloody stuff. You really can't.
Huh? Do you need the loo at all?
Obviously not, because I ain't had a drink.
The lattes will have to wait because a 999 call's coming in. Ready to hit the road, biker paramedic Steve.
999 call to an RTC. I've been told there's a child to be hit by a car.
It's vital Steve gets on scene as soon as possible. Over half of all accidental deaths involving children are caused by traffic. Last year, 18,000 children were injured on the country's roads, and over 2,500 were killed. The afternoon traffic is running in Steve's favour. Although it's approaching rush hour, he sprints across town in less than 3 minutes and is the first paramedic on scene.
Hello there. Hello. Good night. So what happened?
I don't know, I was coming from behind. And
what have they told you?
The car came.
What did they tell you has happened?
Over.
He ran. What's his name?
Mohsen Hussain.
Mohsen?
Yeah.
Hello. How are you? All right. Have you hurt yourself? It says it's hurting.
8-year-old Mohsen's foot's been run over by a car as he went to cross the road.
Did you bump your head? No? Can I have a feel? Yeah? Let me hold your head. No bumps on your head. Chin down. Hand back. Hand back. Can you wiggle your toes? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to squeeze your toe. When I press that, which hurts, is it your toe or that'll be... It's all around there. Let's have a look underneath.
Feet are particularly vulnerable to crush injury. They contain 26 delicate bones, and if they're subjected to huge impact, such as from a car weighing over a ton, these bones may be smashed to pieces, leaving the foot permanently damaged. And this isn't the first time Mohsen's had a run-in with a car.
Yeah, because he's already had an accident before, you see.
What was that with? Car again?
Same place.
When are you going to stop hitting all these cars?
Mohsen was hit by a car 6 months ago and broke a bone in his lower leg. He needed an operation to have a metal rod inserted and had skin grafts.
Right. And that was with a car. And where were you when this happened? Over there.
On the other side.
Are you sure this?
No.
Children under 9 are very vulnerable when they cross the road, as they can't yet judge how far away vehicles are or how fast they're moving.
You all right sitting like that? Yeah. Okay. Is he normally fit and well?
Yeah.
He doesn't take tablets or medicines?
No.
How old is he?
8.
Right. Should we pop you down the hospital and we get them to have a look at your foot? And we'll make sure that that's all okay. Yeah?
No, I was coming, but only red light on.
What did it happen exactly? What did it happen exactly?
Just here.
Where's your brother? There we go. He's got the boss.
Who's going to go with him? I think they'll only take the one. Can she take the little one? Yeah.
Before the crew take Mohsen off to hospital, Steve takes the opportunity to give him a little road safety lesson.
Right, what you've got to remember, right, is that cars are bigger than you. So we need to keep well away from cars, because you've already had that one, and now you've got that one. So we need to keep away from cars, don't we? You can do that. Good boy.
As Steve leaves the ambulance, he nearly comes a cropper himself.
Red lights. The lights are red. Watch your back. Excuse me. He was a good lad, really was. He tells me he's used to hospitals, which with his previous injury I can well imagine. He must have been a regular visitor, must have been in for a while and then going back for dressings and skin grafts, etc. So nothing seemed to faze him. Even when we said, oh, well, we're going to take you back to the hospital, it just accepted it, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, he's a brave lad.
Essex, a county with one of the busiest road networks in the country. Running through it is a 50-mile stretch of the A12, a black spot for high speed and dangerous driving. In the last year, 45 people have been killed or seriously injured on this road alone. Patrolling the A12 this morning, doing his bit to bring this figure down, PC Steve Stomp Allen. Stomps holed up on a slip road. Sitting high on his bike, no offenders can escape his eagle eyes.
Nice little spot to sit here and watch what goes by. You can see straight into the cabs of the lorries, see what the drivers are doing. Generally when traffic's flowing a little bit faster, they don't look towards you, so they don't even know you're here. First they know about it is when you overtake them. Got black Renault Clio, driver texting on a mobile phone.
Every year, over 100,000 people are caught using a mobile phone while driving. The Essex Police alone stop on average 25 people every day.
Hello there. Right, two things. One, we were sitting up the slip road. You came along, had a mobile phone in your right hand, pressing away on the old fascia of it. Okay. The second thing is you then drinking a cup of coffee. How can you drive safely like that? How long have you been driving? Nearly a year. You got any points on your licence? Okay. What we're doing is issuing you a fixed penalty ticket today for the offence of using the mobile phone whilst driving. What I'm going to ask you to do though, make it the only time you get caught, okay? Do you understand that, what it means?
I'm going up to do law. Could this affect it?
No. It's a traffic offence, okay? It's not a criminal offence. It's not the end of the world. I know it's upsetting.
I'm worried about my career.
Okay, won't muck your career up. I might be a second. Texting, I think, is the worst thing you can do on a mobile phone whilst driving. It's because you've got to look at the phone. It's not where a phone's up in your ear. At least you can look ahead. With texting, generally you're looking down. Your concentration's miles away. I've got no sympathy for anyone I stop for. They get a ticket every time with me. Huh?
What's going to happen?
Right, I'm going to give you a ticket. Okay, if you accept it, it's a £60 fine. Right, have you got your driver's licence on you? Just take your time, don't rush.
Under the new Drivers Act, if a driver picks up 6 penalty points within 2 years of passing their test, they lose their licence. If this driver picks up 3 more points in the next 12 months, she'll be taken off the road and will need to pass both her theory and practical tests all over again.
Well, let's just press my signature from you, please. Thank you. Please leave the phone alone when you're driving in future and try and keep the coffee out of the way as well. Okay then, take care when you pull out because there is quite a lot of traffic this morning. I've got a habit of having big feet and putting my feet in it. I think I've been very, very sort of gentle with her on the approach, but she's got upset. I can't help that. I'm afraid she's got to be dealt with.
Having given out his first ticket of the day, Stomp returns to his favourite spot on the slip road. And it's not long before his next customer sails past.
White van, drive on his mobile phone.
He pulls up alongside the man and signals him to stop.
Morning. Good morning. Reason being stopped, I was sitting up on the slip road. Edge came past, mobile phone, your left hand up your left ear, chatting away. As I came up behind you, that's when you put it down. Okay? Do you understand what I say to you?
Yeah. Is it true? I will talk to my sister.
You're talking to your sister? Okay. Right. Have you got your driver's licence with you?
No, in the moment.
What we're doing is issuing you a fixed penalty notice for the offence of using a phone. Basically £60 fine and 3 points endorsement on your licence.
Don't give me points because I have already points.
How many points you got?
6 points.
6 points.
Give me penalty. Give me that, but because that's my last chance, you know.
This will be your last chance, yeah.
Yeah, because give me penalty, but I accept it. But when you give me points, but I have no idea to work, you know.
Okay.
That's my last chance.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
I accept my points.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they come together, a fine and points.
But being on his mobile phone might not be this driver's only problem.
Yeah, received. When was that? Right, I want you to follow me. Yeah. Okay, we're going into the services. We've got a problem. Okay? Right, how long have you lived in the UK?
10 years.
10 years. When did you first get a driver's licence?
2007.
2007. When did you pass the driver's test?
2007.
2007. Have you got any points on that licence?
Yeah.
How many?
3 or 6.
6. Yeah. How long after 2007 did you get them?
Nearly 2010. 2010, yeah. Last year.
What, 2009?
2009, end of the 2009.
Well, you've managed to get 6 points within 2 years of passing your driver's test.
Yeah.
That means your licence is revoked back to a provisional licence. You're a provisional licence holder.
No, because the 3 points before one, that is a finish in 2009.
Right. In 2009 you got another 3 points.
Yeah, because they told me in the police station when I go there, your point is nearly finished.
Yeah. Did you get a letter from DVLA?
No.
Your licence has been revoked. You're a provisional licence holder again.
No, because nobody, no, sir.
They would have sent you a letter.
No, 100% they don't. When I received the letter, why not, I'm driving.
You can only get one conviction.
Yeah.
And you got one in July 2009 with 3 points.
Yeah.
That puts you on 6 points.
Yeah.
Your licence was revoked on that date until another test is passed. The DVLA would have wrote to you. When did you move?
It's nearly moved to. It's 2 years.
Because you haven't told them you've moved,
the
letter has gone to your old address so that your licence is revoked. It's your fault. You've got to tell DVLA when you move.
Without knowing it, this driver's now only got a provisional licence. To drive this vehicle today, it should have L plates, and he should be supervised by a qualified driver who's over 21.
You understand everything?
Yeah, 100%.
So you've got to pass another driver's test.
Yeah.
And don't keep using the phone.
There's a £60 fine for no MOT, and retrieving the van will cost £150, plus £20 per day storage. But it's not just the driver of this van who's having an expensive day.
Hello, PC Allen.
Stomp's wife's on the phone.
Hello, dear. Well, hang on, Adam wants shoes. You want to spend all my pay going again, isn't it?
What do you want to get? All right, yeah, it's not a problem at all, dear. Payday, so wants to spend my money again.
Oxford, a city of 150,000 people. Medical emergencies here are covered by the South Central Ambulance Service. Today, paramedic biker Eddie Webb's been assigned to one of the 46 standby points on their patch. And a 999's coming in. A diabetic man's having a hypo when blood sugar drops dangerously low. Sufferers will initially shiver and sweat, then start to drift in and out of consciousness, and untreated, will slip into a coma. It's a quick dash across town, and Eddie's on scene in just 4 minutes.
Hello there.
The alarm's been raised by the brother of the diabetic man.
He's upstairs. He's upstairs, is he? Hello.
Go right round it in the little room.
Hello there. Hi there. What's happened? Cliff. Cliff. Listen to me, mate. We're going to try and get you some sugar. It's all right, mate. Try and relax. You've gone a bit hypo today.
He's been diagnosed with gastroenteritis.
Right. Does he take insulin or does he just take tablets?
He takes tablets, he's got blooming loads of them downstairs.
It's all right, Cliff. Nice and still for me, mate. All right, Cliff. 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 Can I borrow a
Eddie
finger
needs
from
to
you?
check Cliff's blood sugar level, but he's extremely disorientated, and it's proving difficult. Low blood sugar causes confusion, and sufferers can even become violent and lash out.
It should be about 5, and it's quite low. It's 1.7. So what we'll do is we'll give him some glucagon.
Glucagon is a hormone which forces the liver to release stores of sugar. But with Cliff's gastroenteritis, there may not be any stores to release.
All right, Cliff. All done.
Eddie also needs him to take something by mouth.
Do you want to give him some drink of milk with some sugar in it? Put a couple of tablespoons of sugar in it. We'll see if we can get him to drink that as well.
Oh, just milk?
Yeah. To work. It's almost like you've got a reserve of glucose in your liver, and what this does is releases it into the system. But it is dependent on you having that store, so he needs to have eaten recently.
All right, Cliff. Cliff, gonna have a drink for me, mate. Gonna sit up and have a drink. Can you hear me, mate? Can you turn round for me? Cliff. That's it. You gonna have a drink for me?
The glucagon should have taken effect by now. Eddie suspects Cliff's gastroenteritis could be the problem.
Has he been sick at all?
He tried to have something to eat last night.
Yeah.
And he brought it back up.
Right. And when was the last time he ate something?
That would have been it.
That was it?
Yeah.
It may be that this might not work because he's not replenished this glycogen store.
Cliff, listen to me. Cliff, can we get you to sit up and have a drink?
Yeah.
You've gone a bit hypo. Yeah? That's a boy. That's it. You lean against the wall. Right, pop your legs round. That's a start. That's it. You just hang on there. We'll have a drink of this. Just a little sip. That's it. Don't taste too good, does it? But it's good for you. It's like Guinness. Because you've been sick, Cliff. You were sick last night, yeah, and you haven't eaten very much. And your sugar levels are all to pot. We need to get you popped up and checked out.
The ambulance has arrived to take Cliff to hospital.
Hello?
How do we feel now? Do you think you might, do you feel like you might be able to sit on the side of the bed for us?
I expect so.
See how it goes? You're decent.
Oh, yeah.
The combination of glucagon and the sugary milk have brought Cliff around enough that he's able to walk downstairs to the waiting ambulance.
Let's go.
With Cliff off to hospital for a checkup, it's the end of a common call-out for Eddie.
There's, I don't know, 6 million diabetics in the UK, and most of them keep themselves hopefully healthy and fit and don't become hypo. One here doesn't ever go hypo, because I'm a diabetic as well. I suppose being one, I can empathise with people a bit. But hopefully we'll get this chap sorted out and we'll get back and they'll live happily evermore, as they say.
After a busy shift, Mark and Steve can enjoy their downtime. Tonight they're off to an event at Bassett's Pole near Sutton Coldfield.
It's a regular bike meet on a Tuesday night. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, and already I would say there's certainly a couple hundred bikes here already. So we're just going to try and find somewhere to park.
Each week, up to 2,000 enthusiastic bikers gather here. Riding motorcycles isn't just a job for Mark and Steve. This event gives them a chance to indulge their passion and meet up with some fellow bike fans.
There's a few here, aren't there?
This one just looks amazing. I mean, I would love a go in something like this. It's Suzuki 1300 Hayabusa engine. That's one of the fastest production bikes ever. So they've got that engine into this three-wheeler. It must be phenomenal. I just think it's beautiful.
How's that? Yeah? Like it?
Yeah, left the kid. Nice, Mark. You might look. Hello. How are you?
Apparently we'll be
good.
Put him on the bike.
You want to put the sirens on? There's a lot of people about and you might scare them and they may collapse and we'll have to work then. But you can put the lights on. Come on then, matey. 1, 2, 3 and hook. That's it. Now have a look behind. The bike unit, it's given me so much job satisfaction. It's the pleasure of riding a bike. It's getting there as quickly as possible, doing the best. And I've got at least 15 years left working, and I would like to think I could spend every last one of them on a motorbike. That's what I'd like to think. Whether that's going to be possible.
It's a nice ambition, and I like your estimate of 15 years.
Well,
you've got longer than that. You'll be working till you're 70.
Yeah, but by which time you would have left me a nice big fat wad of money in your will. And I won't need to work past 55, will I? Because you're going to see me all right, aren't you?
Birmingham, mid-afternoon.
Yeah, that's received, thank you.
A 999 calls come in to biker paramedic Mark Hayes.
A female in her 20s with diarrhoea and vomiting.
Diarrhoea and vomiting is a common condition, but untreated, it can be fatal. This patient has already passed out once. Mark needs to get there fast. The call's to a suburban address on the outskirts of the city, right on the edge of the biker's patch. Mark covers the 5 miles across town in just under 7 minutes. He's first on scene.
Did you say you're upstairs? Sorry. What's your name? Laura. Okay. Tell me what's been happening.
Since 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
I've had really bad sickness and diarrhoea.
Yeah.
And as I just went to the toilet, then I blacked out and I fell on the floor, couldn't say anything.
Okay.
And then I've tried, like I said, I'm trying faster, but everything I'm drinking, water, I'm just bringing track back up every 5 minutes. I'm going to the toilet. I'm getting muscle spasms everywhere, my hands, my legs, my feet. I'm shaking, I get cold sweats, hot sweats.
All right. Anybody else in the house been unwell?
No.
No? Okay. It started 2 o'clock this morning.
2 o'clock this morning, it's been literally every 5 minutes I've been
Okay.
going.
Well, let's just do some checks on you. Let's see what we find and we'll take it from there. All right. What did you eat last night?
We went out for a cover.
Did you? Food seem all right?
Yeah, we always go there, don't we?
Having a faint when you've got diarrhoea and vomiting, it's It's common. I'm not overly concerned about that. So we'll see what we find, all right? Right, I'm just going to move this sick out of the way while I kneel down because I don't really want to kneel in it. Right, blood pressure's good. Your heart rate's fast. 38, okay. So you've got a temperature as well, which would suggest it's possibly a viral thing, yeah? Viral infections have to run the course. There is no antibiotics or anything for viral infection. Your heart rate's quite quick, it's 130. If there was somebody here, I wouldn't be overly concerned. What I would suggest is paracetamol, fluids. Certainly don't have Coke. Water, just to wet your mouth, even just rinse your mouth out.
People suffering dehydration will start to notice symptoms after losing just 2% of total body water.
1, 2, 3.
Losing 10 to 15% will cause muscles to spasm and the patient to become delirious. And losing more than 15% of the body's water is usually fatal. Although the woman's condition is not life-threatening at this stage, Mark's concerned that after passing out once, it may happen again. And with no one in the house to look after her, she may seriously injure herself.
The fact that you're here on your own, you've had a blackout, you're not sorry to be left on your own, really.
For her safety, Mark's called for an ambulance.
Yeah, some of the worst things you can take if you've got vomiting, gassy pops, dairy products, milk, juices, because they're quite acidic, orange juice. As I say, water's usually the best thing. It really is a case of little and often.
To go to the toilet,
Sick or?
Again,
yeah. Right. I'll come and stand outside the door just in case you start to feel faint. I don't do vomit. And when it comes up, is it just yellow now? Yeah. And the diarrhea, is it just water? Is it coloured?
No, it's literally just clear.
Okay. Do you want to try and get back into bed, and you can always use that bowl at the side? Yeah? Nice and steady now. All right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't do vomit, which is strange for a paramedic, but I'll go and clean that bowl out just in case, all right? Just a bit of clean water in the bottom of that bowl. If you need to be sick, it's there, all right? All right, just in the bowl there. I think your tummy's empty, isn't it? There's a couple of things that we could do here. If it was continual vomiting, I'd pop a cannula in and give her a drug to help with the sickness. But it would appear her tummy's empty anyway, and it's purely the nausea. We could give her some paracetamol because she's got a bit of a temperature, 38 degrees. I'm holding back on that purely because she's got to go on a vehicle. She's feeling sick anyway. If we put more inside her stomach, odds are she's gonna vomit. I'd rather that be done when she gets to hospital. Just sit yourself up nice and slowly. So I was just going to say, if I have the head in, then if she's sick, it won't go over me.
Oh, thanks for that.
All right, just sit yourself there.
Karen, I'll put that behind back.
I'm only joking, I don't mind. You must say, seriously, if you do start to feel sick. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Laura will be taken to hospital, where medical staff can keep a close eye on her. If her dehydration worsens, she'll be put on an intravenous drip, which will get fluids into her body without being rejected by the stomach.
All the best. All right, I hope you're feeling better soon. I absolutely detest vomit and faeces. I can go to an RTC or whatever the case may be, I can pick up body parts, diarrhea, vomiting. I just cannot do. It makes me feel physically sick.
Moshen, who got run over, had his foot x-rayed. He hadn't broken any bones this time, but is now taking a lot more care when crossing the road. Cliff was treated in hospital for his hypoglycemia, was also found to have kidney failure and was kept in for a week. Laura was treated in hospital and given tablets to stop the vomiting, but allowed to go home later that day. Next time on Emergency Bikers. Biker paramedic Mark Hayes is called to a woman having multiple seizures.
Has she responded to you at all?
She was beginning, but now she started talking again.
Essex biker cops are on a special night mission.
There we go.
And Mark and Steve have a brief distraction in Birmingham.
Can I have a coffee now?
Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on two wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, a man kicks off in the city centre.
Don't swear, don't swear.
Essex biker cops are on a special night mission. A pregnant woman's in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And an 87-year-old's come a cropper. Early Sunday morning in Birmingham. Biker paramedics Mark and Steve have been distracted by a commotion on the edge of the city centre.
I don't know, there was a bang. I don't know what it was for though, to be fair. There we go. Wow, quiet Sunday morning. Yeah, to wake everybody up in the hospital anyway. I hope they told the workman. We might get a job in a minute.
Can I have a coffee now?
Sounds good. Yep, that was impressive. I wanted to get it on my mobile.
But facing up to 20 calls per day, any distraction is short-lived, and 999's never far away. On call today, Mark Hayes.
Yeah, received, thank you. If you could just update my voice when you got it, please. Opposite TK Max, Moorbrooke, Queensway, 30-year-old male unconscious.
Mark needs to get there fast. On his Yamaha FJR 1300, he can sprint across town quicker than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. This could be anything from a heart attack to a fit. The man's outside one of the city's busiest shopping centres, just a mile away. Mark sprints through the traffic and rides the pavement to arrive in minutes, first on scene.
Hello? Open your eyes for me. Hello? Wakey, wakey, mate. Come on, mate, open your eyes. Talk to me, mate. Come on, open your eyes and talk to me. I can't just leave you alone, you're on the street. Talk to me. How much you had to drink? Charming. Right, open your eyes and have a look who's in front of you. Yeah, I'm a paramedic on a motorbike and I've come to help you. So open your eyes and talk to me. Open your eyes, mate. I can't just leave you, mate. You're in the sun, yeah? You're fast asleep. We can't just leave you, mate.
As a paramedic, Mark's limited in what he can do, so he calls the police for backup.
Nothing hurts standing by. You gonna let me take some blood out the end of your finger, mate? I'll take that as a refusal. Huh? Come on, mate, talk to us. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why?
With the arrival of the police, there are now 3 emergency vehicles and 6 emergency personnel on scene.
Go on, matey. Open your eyes, because the police are here now. No, there's no need to swear. We're here to help you. We can't just leave you alone, can we? How are we doing? You're right.
Hello, mate. How are you doing? Right.
Yeah, not too bad. Can't do any observations on him because he keeps withdrawing. So yeah, I can't do anything with him.
Hello. Hi, mate. How you doing?
I was supposed to
Hi, mate.
Don't
swear at me, mate. Don't swear at me. I'm
I can't even get left in peace.
I'm sensitive. Please don't swear at me. What's the matter?
I was supposed to get my dad because I don't know how to go.
Yeah, you can't get your done here, though, can you?
Yeah, I got no rush to go, so I was supposed to show. I want to go. I'll be alright.
We can't leave you here.
We can't leave you on the street, dude.
I'm not going to go because I've got nowhere to go, mate. Say.
Mate, can't you go somewhere else and get your
I've got nowhere to go. How can't you listen to me?
Don't swear, don't swear.
I've got nowhere to go.
you somewhere?
But I've got nowhere to go.
Where have you tried?
I ain't going to the hospital. As soon as I go to the hospital, I don't want to talk again. So just leave me alone, I'll be all right for you.
Come here, fella. Listen to me. Listen to me, mate. Sit up. Hannah, you're going to sit up and listen to me. Listen to me then. Listen to me then. Listen to me then.
Yeah, but I'm not listening.
Come on.
I'm not listening.
Come on, come sit up and talk to me.
Sure.
Something needs to happen with you, right?
I'm just going to listen.
Right. Something needs to happen with you. You need to move from here one way up to there. Okay?
I'm just going to get into them today. I've got nowhere to go anywhere to stay. So that's the point I'm in here.
I'm not there.
I'm just going to Abscess and leave me the please.
I can't leave
I
you.
want to struggle. I'll go. Don't you understand? I've got nowhere to go.
Right,
so I'm moving. Only way you're moving me is nick me. Take me to the
I don't want to nick you.
Yeah, well, I don't care. Because at least it gives me somewhere to sleep without getting me in trouble. I'd rather get that.
But we can't leave you here. That's the bottom line.
I'm staying here.
You're not. That's
if
what
you
happened.
move me, I'll come straight back, so it don't really make no difference.
But the problem is, if you stay here, it's going to cause you trouble anyway.
So I really look bothered if I get nicked.
Yeah, because no point in
Go
on then, walk around the corner. You happy health-wise if he just walks off?
Well, I can't do any observations. I can't give an informed opinion, so...
As soon as the law down,
all right then.
You know, so I'll tell you what, give me 10 minutes, I'm back there.
Yeah, whatever. See ya. See ya.
Well, he's left his booze anyway.
He'll calm down somewhere else, won't he? So.
Well, thank you very much for your assistance. Thank you. Thank you. This chap was bang out of order, if you ask me. You know, he was swearing at me, swearing at the AMBO crew, swore at the police officer, and was supposed to take it. Well, you know, we don't get paid enough to do that. Obviously, having a police car that's double manned, an ambulance crew, myself, it's a total waste of resources, and it does frustrate me. I appreciate people have issues, I appreciate people have problems, but you know, so does everybody else. He needs to get his head down, I understand that, but you know, doing it right outside a busy shopping centre, it's not the done thing, you know. There's a few floaters in that, I don't know whether I could have it.
Still to come, biker cops take a dodgy trailer off the road.
This has got no brakes on it whatsoever.
And a frightened pregnant woman's in pain.
It's not really bad though.
Essex, a county with some of the busiest and fastest roads in the UK, day and night. At Biker Cop HQ, they're gearing up for a special operation.
This is a first time that we worked sort of a night shift as a group, so we've got all the bikers in today. It's bad enough not being seen during the day, so we've now got potential of night times not being seen as well, so we've got to really be aware of our environment. And now when we pull out to get vehicles, we've got to be more aware that they won't see us, they'll just see lights and stuff, so it's even more dangerous, that side of it, so we've just got to be more professional. Yeah, we'll ride down as a group. We're all going to the same spot, so we're all going to go down together. And we'll make sure it's all set up, and then we'll go out and sit on our areas. If vehicles are travelling at night, sometimes they're hoping the police aren't about. There's quite a lot of stolen vehicles moved at night as well. This is basically what the operation's about tonight.
Tonight, the bikers will be acting as interceptors, catching and stopping cars which have been flagged up as suspicious. The bikers will fan out, creating a net across the southern tip of the county. If a car passes, then they'll catch it and guide it into the checkpoint at a service station. Clem's patch is at one end of the Dartford River crossing, a pinch point where all cars crossing the Thames have to pass. It's 10:30 p.m. when he spots a van and trailer, which he decides to check out.
This is my own one, I'll take it up the end. It's been a right pain. How do? We got her in the end, didn't we? Getting you to follow me.
I didn't mean that, I was just trying to get off the road. You know?
No, that's all right. No, we got her in the end.
Yeah, I weren't being funny.
That's all right. It's just good.
The van and trailer should be linked by a braking mechanism, but Clem spotted something wrong.
Locking the brakes. Yeah. Pull your handbrake on there. Nothing moves. Basically, what's happened is if you've got this, there's a part in the middle there. As the front brakes, the trailer moves forward. Applying pressure onto there, which applies brakes to move on the trailer. So basically, what we're saying is that this has got no brakes on it whatsoever.
On there, in other words. Yeah.
Without brakes, this trailer's an accident waiting to happen. If the van that's pulling it stops suddenly, the trailer could jackknife into the path of an oncoming vehicle.
I can't allow that on the road as it is. Yeah? It's basically, I would look at putting a prohibition on it until it's fixed. You get it recovered, put it on a flatbed.
Well, only round the corner there.
Yeah, but only just round the corner, you can just have an accident, couldn't you? I couldn't let it go.
It's just round the corner there, mate.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, but by putting a prohibition on it, it makes you get it fixed.
Yeah, it will be done.
But yeah, I know it will get done, that's why I put the prohibition on it.
So if I drive it, take it back?
No, you won't be taking it back, it needs to be recovered.
So where's it going to?
Sorry?
Where's it got to go to?
It will stay here, yeah? But you need to get that onto a flatbed, like this recovery company here.
Why can't I do it here then?
If you can fix it here while you're here, yeah. As long as yeah, if you get it fixed, I'll write the paperwork out anyway. You go there and get it fixed. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter who it's deal.
No, do you know what?
If they get fixed, you'll be able to go.
If I'm here all night, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll move it from here.
No, stay there.
What, leave it there where it is? Yeah.
Yeah, you stay there. Yeah, get it fixed there. Yeah. That's all right.
While the driver begins to try to put things right, Clem heads back out on the road. At the service station, the van drivers called in some friends to help, while Clem continues to bring in more vehicles for checks. The van driver's not giving up and has brought in the heavy gear.
Past 2 in the morning, so I'm waiting to see if any hits come through on the ANPR and any vehicles come through that I think I need to stop, or if I see any mobile phones that it's got a good spot here, they can't see me before I see them.
Clem heads back to the services where it's not good news for the van driver.
Yes, he's working in reverse.
That's
it, put it in reverse rather than wrong. There you go. So as you can see, the brakes aren't actually working.
Yep. We've got to go 3 miles just round that corner, right? And we're aiming our place.
And it's something happens between here and there?
Well, you can follow us, we'll go 5 miles an hour, mate.
Yeah, but if something happens between there and here, who's at fault?
I'll take responsibility.
Well, you won't, will you? Because you're under...
Yeah, I will. Honest to God.
Because you just said if we escorted you, you're under our escort, aren't you?
No, we're free moulding. It's just round the corner. That's all it is.
Yeah, but you're driving a vehicle that's got no brakes.
Right, so I've got to get a low loader in and take it away.
I'll get the brakes fixed.
What are you now, tonight?
If the brakes work, you can drive it, can't you? That's what I want. I want the brakes to work. Yeah?
Right, so how are we going to do that?
Yes, I think he's getting a little bit upset now. He just wants to go home and stuff like that. And people tend to go, can't you just let me? You know, and he said, well, no, because if something happens, you know, it could go around the corner and the trailer could flip over and land on the car, and you know, and somebody gets injured or even killed. So no, we can't. It has to be dealt with.
The group have had an idea.
If we park that over in one of the bays,
right,
and we pick up early in the morning,
you have to ask the site if you're allowed to park there.
Yeah. If we got it,
if you have permission to leave it here, then that's okay. Yeah.
His shift over. It's 4 a.m. when Clem finally heads back to Biker Cop HQ.
See you back at the office.
After Clem left the services, the van was reportedly picked up on police cameras being driven away. The driver's due to appear in court to face a charge of driving a vehicle in a dangerous condition, which carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in prison and a £5,000 fine. Birmingham, mid-morning. Rush hour's over, offices across the city centre are settling in for a day's work. Paramedic Steve Harris is on duty. The 999 calls to a hotel in the city centre. A pregnant woman's in trouble, complaining of abdominal pains. Early stages of pregnancy are tricky. Illness, injuries and infections can all increase the risk of losing the baby. At least 15% of all pregnancies end in miscarriage.
Hello. Hiya.
The woman fell ill during a conference. The room's been closed off to give her some privacy.
Well, first of all, what's your name?
Natalie.
Hello, Natalie. I'm Steve.
Hi.
Right, tell me what's happening.
I've just got really bad pains down my back.
Put your hand where it is.
Yeah.
It's actually there.
Yeah.
Does it radiate to the front?
Not really. It's just there.
Okay. And how long you had that?
Sort of started before dinner, so I sat down and then sort of the last half an hour, 40 minutes, it just got really bad. That.
Yeah. You ever had it before?
No.
Nothing like this ever before?
No.
Okay. I understand you're pregnant?
Yeah, 20 weeks.
20 weeks,
Yeah.
right. And up to now, has everything been fine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Which hospital are you booked at?
Nottingham City.
Oh, right. We won't be going there.
No.
There will be an ambulance on the way in a moment,
Okay.
and we'll take you down to our local hospital and get you checked out, okay? This discomfort, does it come and go, or is it there all the time?
It's there all the time.
Okay. You been to the toilet?
Yeah.
No stinging, burning,
No.
nothing like that at all? The reason I asked, the area that you're holding, that's your kidney. That's where we start to think that there's kidney problems, not so much back problems.
Right.
That pain you've got, it doesn't go down your arm, down your leg at all?
No.
You've got no radiating, no pins and needles, tingling?
No.
All right. And from when it first came on, has it got better, worse?
It's got worse.
Pop your finger in there. Has anything you've done change the pain? Lying down, has that helped?
And
or?
I know helped.
It did.
Sitting upright was awful. I thought it was worse.
And on a pain score of 1 to 10, 10 is the worst pain you've ever had. What number would you?
That's 7.
That's current at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to. It feels better now. I'm lying down.
Okay. Your blood pressure's fine?
All right, lovely.
Okay. You seem to be calming, a little bit calmer now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's...
We can keep you in that condition and that state just until the ambulance gets here. Okay.
So you want motorbike? Is that all right? So quick.
So as you are now, is that pain bearable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to move you yet. When the ambulance gets here, we'll move you just the once.
Okay.
And what we can do is give you some gas and air.
Okay.
I do carry stronger, but because of the pregnancy,
Yeah.
you know, if we can not give it you, then we'll try and keep away from it.
Giving painkillers to pregnant women is dangerous business. Anything which enters the mother's bloodstream will be passed on to the fetus. Steve carries morphine, but he doesn't want to give it to Natalie.
And we'll just give you some gas and air.
Natalie was hosting a talk when the pain came on. She managed to battle through until all the attendees left before the pain overcame her.
When was your last antenatal?
At some point around lunchtime she said she'd got a bit of a backache, and as the afternoon went on obviously it got more painful, but she didn't really mention it until everybody had gone. And we put her on the floor, and that was the point at which we fetched the ambulance.
Right, earlier on you said your pain score was 7. Was that?
Yeah, it's feeling slightly better.
It's feeling slightly better. Okay.
Since I've sort of laid down, it's felt better.
Okay.
We've got a chair just here. We'll try and get you up slowly onto the chair.
So what we do, we just do nice and gentle.
Okay. We'll sit up first onto your bottom.
Just get your balance.
Untreated kidney infections are a significant risk factor in miscarriages. Steve wants to get Natalie to hospital to be properly checked over.
Thank you. Is the pain still worse at the moment? Yes.
Yeah. Let's try you on some gas.
On the ambulance, Natalie's given Entonox, or laughing gas.
It's what we would have when you usually have your baby and stuff like
You're
that.
just getting it a bit early, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're 4 months sooner.
Make you feel
It's fast-acting, but low-risk pain relief.
all right, so if it does make you feel.
There you
Slow
go.
your breathing down first, okay? You need to relax, because at the moment you're still panicking a bit, okay? Your mouth goes right around there. Have a good little go on it, and it should take the edge off for it.
Okay, all the best. They'll look after you. Okay, I'm sure. I think it's going to be a watery problem. So, okay, leave you to it. Bye-bye.
I just started feeling sort of quite bad back pains. They came on and I thought it was because I was standing up, so I sat down and then it just got really bad. I had to lie on the floor. But now it really hurts still.
Hopefully there won't be any problems, but Steve's always ready for anything.
All I was told was that the pregnant lady was in pain, back pain. She could have been in labour, and until I actually saw the patient and arrived, the thought is always there that, you know, this could be a delivery situation.
Still to come, biker paramedic Mark Hayes deals with a seizure.
Has she responded to you at all?
She was beginning, but now she started speaking again.
Hello, Lena.
And a teenage girl has had a heavy fall. Birmingham, early afternoon. The lunchtime crowds are thinning out. A call's come in to paramedic biker Mark.
I've just had a report of a 999 call in Edgbaston at a nursing home, somebody fitting. There's a tech crew en route and I'm going as paramedic backup.
On the way, Mark receives more information. Someone's had several seizures and is still fitting. The care home's 4 miles away. Mark covers the ground in just 6 minutes. He's first on scene.
Is it a resident, is it? It's a carer. Right, okay.
A care home worker disappeared during her break and was found collapsed in a bathroom.
And has she responded to you at all?
She was beginning, but now she started speaking again.
Does she suffer with epilepsy?
Yeah.
She does? Okay. Well, Helena, you're going to talk to us? Pop your tongue out, all the way. Keep going.
Helena has a history of epilepsy, but her medication has been successfully controlling her seizures for the past 18 months, until today.
So what we got? 124.89, SATs are 99, and she's attacking. Helena, I need you to talk to me, my darling. I can't help you if you don't talk to me. All right? Tell me how you're feeling. Your mouth hurts. Okay. Anywhere else? Talk to me. You don't want to talk? I need you to talk to me. All right, otherwise we're going to end up taking you to hospital. All right. Where are you? Do you know? Okay. What we're going to do then is we're going to pop you into the chair and we're going to have a little look at you on the handbag. All right. Well done. You all right? Is that hurting to do it? Where's it hurting? You've got gloves on. Do you want to swing it? All right. Should we shuffle you to the edge of the bed?
That was my concern, you see. I don't
Because Helena's had several seizures, Mark wants to get her to hospital quickly, where she can be given drugs to control them.
Sister's here. All right. Helena, how you feeling, my love? You all right? Yeah? Have you got any pain at all? You got a headache? Is that normal for you following a fit? Yeah? Okay. We're going to pop you to City Hospital just to get you checked. Your sister's going to travel with you, okay? Can you normally tell when these fits are coming on? Sometimes. Did you feel it today? You didn't? Okay. All right, okay. We'll let your sister come on and... Sis, do you want to come on and give her a hug?
Right. Helena's mother has also arrived to be with her on the ambulance.
Your daughter's on there. Do you want to go on the back or do you want your daughter to carry on?
Are you taking her down there?
I think it's probably wise that we just get her checked.
Just get her checked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just as a precaution, I'm going to follow, and then if the technician crew become concerned at all, they can just pull over. I can jump on and obviously do whatever's necessary then.
Mark escorting the ambulance means he can help out if Helena has another seizure. The ambulance has gone barely 100 yards down the road when it has to stop.
How are we doing?
Started again.
Okay.
Just a momentary one, lasting about 10 or 15 seconds.
Okay.
I'll start to roll, so that's
Okay. All right. And she's been taking her meds as she should?
Yeah.
What's she on?
She's on Lamotrigine and Capra. She has no warnings that come in, never has any warnings, and she just goes down, and she can have up to 20. She has been known. At one time we couldn't leave her on her own, she couldn't have a bath on her own, she couldn't do anything. We always had to be there with her. People just don't realise sometimes how serious epilepsy is. 3 years ago, she used to have about 30 a week, and then the one day she was in college and they couldn't get her out. She was in, she had to have phenytoin, which hence brought on Stephen Johnson syndrome, and we nearly lost her. She was in QE for 3 months. Yeah, she's one lucky girl to be here.
Stevens-Johnson syndrome is a rare disorder of the immune system. In Helena's case, she was given the drug phenytoin, an anti-epilepsy medication. Her body reacted badly to the drug, and while her immune system tried to reject it, it mistakenly rejected her own skin as well. Helena nearly died. If her drugs have stopped working, finding new medication will be a very delicate process.
Epilepsy is extremely common in various forms, and the general public, I don't think, are fully aware of the types of epilepsy and how common epilepsy is. As far as a member of the public, the best thing that they can do is move anything from around them. Don't try to pin them down, let them fit, but just keep them, the important thing is keep them on the side and just support the head so they don't bang the head, and that's all you can do. Never ever attempt to put your finger in the mouth or to put any implement in the mouth, because when they fit, they bite down. If they bite down on your finger, you're going to lose your finger. You put a spoon in or anything hard, you're going to break the teeth. So if I can give any advice, that's what I would give for epilepsy.
It's a cold morning at Harwich Port on the southern Essex coast. PC's Roy Keys and Steve Stomp Allen are taking a break from an early shift checking vehicles coming in and out of the port.
I think we're off for a cup of tea, maybe a breakfast. That's the plan, and a warm up.
But just minutes after they leave the port, a 999 comes over the radio. A car's lost control, flipped several times, and left the road a mile further down. Breakfast will have to wait. On their bikes, Roy and Ray can slip through the traffic building up around the crash site to be first on scene. The crash happened just moments ago. All the emergency services have been called. The occupants of the car have walked away from the wreck. One passenger is taken straight to the ambulance to be treated for whiplash. The second passenger and driver are miraculously unscathed.
Just want to check your neck. Just make sure you've got any pain where I'm pushing. Up and down here at all. You look that way. Move your head right round.
As the paramedics tend to the driver, Roy and Stomp piece together what happened.
I'm dealing with people in the vehicle, Roy's dealing with the witnesses. The indications is the gentleman's gone for an overtake on an HGV. There hasn't been sufficient room due to oncoming vehicle otherwise, tried to swerve back to the near side and lost control as a result.
In all crashes attended by the police, a breathalyzer test must be taken.
Let's just get this down, then we'll finish through the south basically. Take breath in both of those as you run up the road.
Yeah. That was on the way out because I was climbing down. And
The test is clear.
Well,
Most of the minor injuries the driver and passenger have sustained were from climbing out of the car through the thick brambles.
And just briefly, your explanation to what happened.
Well, he's overtaken a lorry and then too tight with the vehicle coming the other way. He's obviously tried to turn in too fast and skidded and then he's gone.
It seems to be a simple case of driver error. But it's a case where Stomp feels the young driver needs to be dealt with.
The way I propose to action it is to recommend on the report I will submit in due course is driver improvement scheme. Basically it's a 2-day course, you pay for it out your own pocket, you attend it, and as long as you attend it we don't actually prosecute you. Now if you don't attend the driver improvement scheme you will get prosecuted careless in this case, okay? But I will warn you that my sergeant has got the right to say at the end of the day I don't think this is fit for driver improvement scheme, and we want to prosecute the lad.
what happen if I get prosecuted?
If you get prosecuted, it's careless driving.
Yeah.
You've made a mistake, as I said. We will make them a fine and points generally. Generally, they have got other powers, the magistrates, but we're not talking the most serious accident here, are we? Take it as a lesson. Okay, it's not too bad. We've done it ourselves. I'm not saying we haven't. Get home, hot bath and relax. Okay? Don't go into work. Just relax.
The car's flipped over. Having spoken to witnesses a couple of times, I reckon, but it would appear everyone's got out of it uninjured. And it's a good ad for wearing your seatbelt, I think, because an accident like this without a seatbelt, you're definitely going to have injuries. And they're all walking, not even wounded, just walking about.
Initially, you think, what have we got in here? But then you see someone climbing out of the car, you think, great, that's what you want to see. Sense of relief. You've got the trees down there. If he'd done it perhaps 100 yards earlier, he's hitting a tree. Trees don't move. He realises he's made a mistake. We don't want to punish him, but hopefully he will learn, one, from the accident, then from what he picks up from the driver improvement scheme.
Birmingham, mid-morning on a Thursday. The city centre is bustling with shoppers. And on one of the main shopping streets, a teenage girl has had a nasty fall. She was running and tripped, her left arm taking the full force of the impact. Slips, trips and falls make up 33% of major injuries. The girl's family were shopping with her, and Mum's not far away.
That's my daughter.
Broken wrists and arms are the most common injuries from trips, as the arm is put out to break the fall.
On a pain score of 1 to 10, 10 is the worst pain you've ever had. Where would you put that pain? Give me a number. About a 7 or 8. Okay. If you move your fingers for me, just wiggle your fingers.
Can you listen?
Does that make the pain any worse, any better? No? Okay.
Just the same.
Right, we need to start doing some things, all right?
Steve can't tell how bad the damage is. He needs to take a closer look at Grace's arm and shoulder. And for that, he needs to get her jacket off. A delicate process with Grace in so much pain.
We'll get to the bottom of what the problem is.
There you go.
Right,
Sit up, sit up. Right, take it off the shoulders first. And while you're sat up, okay, could you just come behind her? Can you just feed this off, Mum?
Yeah, just leave it there, just leave it aside. This is the worst bit.
That should just slide off.
Yeah, there you go.
Is there a point of pain or is it general? General.
Steve suspects Grace's arm is broken.
Pop this on to give you some support.
With broken bones, the best Steve can do on the street is provide support and give painkillers.
Just a lot of hair and I don't want to tie your hair up. Has the pain eased at all or is it still 7? Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you something to ease the pain, okay? You have to swallow it, so even if you see me with a syringe, and it's not a needle, I'm not going to put any needles in you, okay? She's given a pain score of 7 to 8, so that's significant and we can ease that. So as she's only 16 years old, I'm going to give her some oral morphine solution. Here we go. It's in a syringe, but you actually drink it, okay? It's painkiller. And it's going to help ease that pain. You may feel a little lightheaded and a little bit sleepy. All right. So do you want to put it or shall I do it? In your mouth, squirt it in, swallow it down. What's it taste like? Eh?
Does it taste like medicine?
Because I've never tasted it. I give it people, but I never taste it.
An ambulance crews arrive to take Grace to hospital.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You okay?
Grace's mum is no newcomer to broken bones.
My older daughter's broken her arm twice, and so I think maybe Grace was trying to join in with it a bit. We were standing waiting for them, and so I saw all this hustle and bustle going past, not knowing it was my daughter who'd actually fallen.
Pain score outside was 7, so where is it now? Still 5, okay. Is it hurting in the joint or further down? In your shoulder, okay.
Because Steve has given Grace morphine, as the senior paramedic, he will now have to travel with her to hospital in case there are any adverse reactions on the ambulance.
It may be that, you know, there's nothing skeletal there. It may just be bruised and jolt. And until it's examined properly and possibly x-rayed, it's hard to tell. You know. But the amount of pain that Grace was in, at least we've eased that. It needs to be looked at, so that's what we're doing.
In hospital, Grace will have x-rays taken to discover whether there are any broken bones. If there are breaks, she'll have to have surgery to have them reset.
Any patient that we get to, time is of an essence. I mean, this particular case, it's not life-threatening. You know, she's not going to have serious damage or anything. But all the time that she's on the floor, she's upset, she's crying, she's in pain, you know, that's not going to do her any good. And if we can get there as quickly as we can and start reassurance, start the exam and start working out what's gone wrong, and then we can give the treatment, which is what occurred. And, you know, it eases her pain and just makes it so much easier on her.
Oxford, the city of dreaming spires, home to the South Central Ambulance Service paramedic bikers. This morning, Barry Pritchard is responding to a 999. An elderly woman has had a heavy fall. Falls account for over 60% of fatal injuries in the elderly, causing over 3,000 deaths every year. Barry needs to get there fast.
I phoned her and then she just said. She's up here.
Hello.
Oh no, she's in here, sorry.
Right. Oh, why'd you? What have you done then?
Look,
How'd you do that then, fighting?
went to get up on a chair to open the window. I mean, I've been feeling bad, and
Yeah.
I'm just feeling better because we got my granddaughter's getting married Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm getting better now.
Can you wiggle your toes?
As we get older, the body's ability to heal diminishes, and wounds become more susceptible to infection.
What we'll do, get a dressing on that first.
Violet's cut on her leg is deep, and Barry wants to get her to hospital to be properly checked over and be kept under observation.
We will need to pop you at the hospital to get that put back together.
Yeah.
We'll either glue it, stitch it or weld it, one of the two. And then, what have you got lined up for the rest of the day then?
Karate.
Hang gliding, anything sort of... Do you suffer with anything? You on any drugs that's in your blood or anything like that?
No, I'm just suffering from emphysema.
Right, how's that today?
Eh?
How was that
Well, that was
behaving?
fine today. That's why I was being stupid and started doing things.
Well, this might sting just a second. Hold that then, don't drop it or explode.
No.
Sorry, that's a bit sore, but I just need to close it up then. If we close it up, then you won't have such a big scar when it's eventually stitched. All right. So how old are you then?
87.
Oh yeah?
I was 87 last week, wasn't it? Yeah.
What were you doing? Climbing up there?
On a chair to open a window.
All right. What should I call you? What's your first name?
I like, call me Vi.
Vi.
Call me a silly bugger.
Right.
Vi, yeah, Vi.
When you banged your head, did you knock yourself out?
No, I didn't know.
Did you go dizzy at all?
A little bit dizzy, but I didn't knock myself out.
Or did your vision go funny at all?
No.
Do you feel sick or dizzy at the moment?
No.
So I've got to do this quite tight.
Yeah,
So
all
I
right.
need to stop it.
Something, yeah.
It's not bleeding at the moment. It's not to say that it might not start.
No.
So if we do it reasonably tight.
Yeah. That's all I'm...
Right. Let's have a little look at your head, shall we? Have you cut it or is it just a bump?
It's just a
Let's have a little look. Whereabouts? Can you point to it? Oh yeah. You got quite a bump there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
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 And you didn't knock yourself out in your vision, did you? No. You got any? Apart from your leg, you got any pain anywhere?
Barry checks Violet over for any other signs of injury.
Can I just press down your neck and your back, and you tell me if it hurts anywhere, right? When I press.
Nothing at all, no. Everything's fine.
Brilliant. That's good. What about your hips? Can I just have a little squeeze?
Yeah.
Just grip my fingers.
It's okay.
Give me a squeeze. Not hurting you anywhere when you do that?
No.
That's good then. I think we got away without hurting your back and your neck, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think it's best to pack an overnight bag or...
Just to soak the flannel, just in case they keep him. We're probably going to keep him for a few hours,
Yeah,
but you know, it depends on
I don't mind.
whether she starts to feel dizzy or anything.
Yeah, okay.
Would you say that's a normal colour?
But Violet's less worried about the gash in her leg, more worried about her hair.
Don't mess my hair.
It's fine. It's fine, Nanny, honestly.
It looks all right.
There you go. I'm going to have it perm this week because it's the granddaughter who's going to get married.
I better put the right leg down. I want to cut the wrong one off, do we? Is your right leg?
But perm or no perm, the best place for Violet right now is in hospital.
Not normal, fit, active.
Over 500,000 people over 65 are admitted to casualty every year after suffering a fall.
She has obviously got a good sense of humour. I should imagine she's had a good sense of humour all her life. Lovely lady. So I'm sure she'll be back later on, ready in time for her tea.
Natalie's back pain was a kidney infection. Painkillers helped, and she and the baby were given a clean bill of health.
Where's it hurt?
Helena was kept in hospital for 3 days while doctors tried out a new drug. She's now back home, and her seizures are becoming less frequent. Grace did have a hairline fracture in her arm, but has recovered well. and Violet needed stitches. The wound became infected, but she still made it to her granddaughter's wedding the following Saturday. Next time on Emergency Bikers, paramedics are called to a homeless man.
But members of the public are concerned.
Right, to bed down. Well, I decide to bed down.
Essex police clamp down on pimped rides.
We can prohibit the vehicle from use on the road. OK?
And Mark and Steve fight to save a man's life.
All clear, all clear.